Welcome back to the 75th Montana East-West Shrine Game from MTN Sports.
Great Falls, the Electric City, the site and host of the 75th Annual Montana East-West Shrine Game here at Great Falls High's Memorial Stadium. Welcome, everybody. The time we've all been waiting for. I'm Dylan Foreman up in the booth. Alongside me, Greg Upham, as we're getting set to kick off. We just had the pregame show. We know what the Shriners game is all about, raising money, but now it's time to get to some football action.
Yeah, and we're going to see it tonight, too. This is the 75th anniversary of the game. $1 million raised. We appreciate all the support you can give the Shriners. They do an awesome job, and why not? Why back home in Great Falls? There's been a great turnout. Memorial Stadium. I mean, this is my school. I graduated here in '80, and man, what a great venue to come back and visit. Hats off to everybody, and welcome to the Shrine Game tonight.
Exciting atmosphere, a little windy, a little gusty. We even had some talks of possible thunderstorms, but for now we're good and praying and hoping that's what it stays at as we're getting set to kick off. Trey Mans for the East team in the yellow with the dark trim, the West team in the red with the white trim. A lot of powerful athletes on both sides. It's Trey Mans going to set and kick this one off. Chase McGurran as well as Drew Clump back to receive for the West. Fireworks getting going, the crowd's getting into it, the cheerleaders, everybody in town is awaiting this one.
What a great turnout tonight, Dylan, for the game, and it's early yet. There'll be more to come.
And we're off. Kick. McGurran going to take it out. Up the middle of the field. Trying to break to the outside. Breaks contained. As he's going to get ran out of bounds here. The 37 West will take over. The big story coming into this. Obviously, Bryce Carver, the head coach of Class A champions Hamilton. They're going to have a two-quarterback system here today.
Yeah, and those two quarterbacks, Rogstead and Hewitt, they are the real deal. I mean, I've heard the coaches talk about Hewitt's arm. Haven't seen an arm of Hewitt's caliber since Osweiler, and that's what they're comparing the strength of that arm to. So we'll see tonight how accurate he is with it.
Not quite as tall as Osweiler, but still a very powerful human being. He will start under center in shotgun with Tristan Payette right by his side. Here's the snap. Roll out to the right, looking for his tight end. And he finds Ian Finch, the Hellgate grad, as well as the Missoula commit going to the Grizz next year. That could be a 1-2 punch later on.
And you're going to see that's Coach Carver. That's what he does. It's, you know, if you can catch me, you can see me. And now he's in a hurry-up offenses, is tough on defenses, especially 1 week of practice, Dylan.
And those fireworks starting early is a no-huddle to the line they go, trying to tire out the East quickly. They hand it off to Payette up the middle as he's tackled by Ryan Crea, the MSU commit.
Yeah, Ryan Crea from Great Falls High, 6'2", 215 pounds. And you might see him a little bit of running back today. But, yep, the Cats went on him at linebacker. He's projected to be a player, and we'll see how he turns out.
We'll certainly be calling his name throughout this game. You can you'll be able to dive into the family history of Ryan Crea.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. As second down, about 7. Got 3 on that one from Payette as Hewitt drops back. Looking deep, a double move. Finch open on the sideline, just too high as A.J. Ulrich from Billings Central in coverage.
You know, there's some players on the field tonight, Dylan, who you know, when I talked with the coaches and talked with people around the state, that they said they haven't seen this caliber of athlete in a long time. Finch is one of them. And he is, you can see they've gone to him twice, and he was open there. The East is going to have to do some defending to stop that. But the question was, can West's offensive line hold up against his defensive line? And right now, this hurry-up offense is giving anybody fits.
All of the starting offensive linemen for the West, all AA All-State honors. So big boys up front, no doubt. It's Hewitt, 3rd and 7. Need a play here. As they hand it up the middle, a draw, interesting call. Payette swallowed up. Big number 52, Peyton Morton from Billings Senior.
And Caleb Romero, the defensive lineman, you know, 99. That's the question mark. Can West hang on to that defensive line of the East? And right there, they couldn't. They got in the 3rd and 7, hurry up, midfield. Now, the thing about these Texas gamblers or these Kentucky gamblers is Carver's one of them. You see it's 4th down right now. It's 4th down midfield, 47-yard line. You know, looks like it's 4th and a long 6, maybe 7. 7. I think he's going to go for it.
And the fans want to see 4th down, especially, in East territory, 4th and 7. Hewitt in shotgun again, looking to air it out. 3 on the left side, 1 on the right. As looking back, as they're going to call a timeout. Maybe got a defensive look they didn't like and wanted to adjust here on 4th down. Looks like they might actually just be getting the punting unit as Rohrback.
I think what they wanted is they wanted the East to pull out of that 4-man defensive front, and they didn't. They held, and so that forced West to call the timeout and punt the ball.
Actually looks like they just allowed a delay of game to back it up 5 yards and give Rohrback a little more space to boot it. So good hold from East. Back to receive the speedster, Rafe Newbro from CMR, as he's going to take the fair catch at the 8. Make it 8 or 9 yard line as East will take over on the offensive side.
And here's what now we talked earlier in the broadcast about the old school, new school, and Coach Carver didn't hit his athletes. They didn't tackle. He believes very much in just saving that physicality, and on the other side, not the case. And they hit it up. So it'll be interesting to see how this all unfolds tonight.
You got to wonder too how much the Heat will also play into it down the stretch as Isaiah Claude from Billings West back underway and a fumbled snap. As that's over the head of Claude, first play of the game. And you can not the best start for the East team, as that's going to be a safety. West on top, 2-0 with 12:51. First play from scrimmage for East. What happened there, Greg?
Well, you talk about the kicking game, right? And you talk about Patrick Rohrbeck, the kicker from Glacier. Now, he's the real deal. He's I think his best in high school is a 51-yarder for Glacier High. And you saw his ability to punt. He's a 35 to 45-yard punter. Now, a little Great Falls wind in the back didn't hurt it, but field position, first snap of the game, hey, kicking game, here we go.
But with the wind blowing that way, too, you got to wonder if Claunch maybe it came out too quick, as the snap was about neck high. Should have been able to handle that one, but the wind going that way, the ball may have came out quicker than he expected.
A little jitters too. There's a lot of people here tonight. They only had 1 week of practice.
Right.
It's been a long time since they played football. And here's another thing that's hard on this game, Dylan, and it's a 15-minute quarter for these players. They haven't played in a 60-minute game. It's always been 12, and the difference between 12-minute quarters and 15-minute quarters is a lot.
Mm-hmm. Kind of first real college-like feel before most of these athletes on the field today head and play at the NAI Frontier Conference level or at the Division I level. Yeah,
now, the East is punting into the wind, and anybody that's been from Great Falls, I'm surprised that the wind's blowing. Not really. But there's enough wind on that field that it's going to impact this punt on this safety kick.
Great Falls High as Bridger Polk, and look at that ball just hang up in the wind, as that is going to be fair catched by number 81 for the West, John Kirkley, as they're going to get pretty good starting field position, get a second chance here, just 1 play later, back on offense.
And this is what you don't want to give the ball back at midfield to this kind of offense. And now you get your second quarterback coming in, and here we go, Roy.
Got Tyson Rostad, the prodigy under Carver, leads Hamilton to another state title. He's under center, and we'll see the 1-2 punch go throughout this one. Handoff up the middle as he keeps going. I think that's Tim Zoner, his teammate and future Grizz, up the middle for a couple. Broke past the line, scrimmage, game 4.
Rogstad, the word on Rogstad is he does the little things really well. Like, we'll watch him tonight, and he's a running back too. He's got the loose hips, and he's hard in the infield. He makes great decisions, and in talking to the coaches before the game, they're really high on him.
2nd and 6. Little hitch there at the line of scrimmage, doesn't matter. Rostad rolling out, he can run it as well, but tackled from behind a couple people. I think that's going to be Abello, the Canadian, going to the University of Calgary. Part of the gang tackle on that. 1 of 2 to make the tackle on that one.
And McGinnis from Sydney, when he drove out here, they started 3 days ago. Sydney's a little far east. But, yeah, but what a nice play by Ryan.
So 3rd and 6. Can the East hold again in their own territory? We'll see here.
You see the East bringing 5 on the line of scrimmage, and they're going to bring pressure, and that's where their strength is. West does a nice job of picking them up.
And
Sure enough.
Nice out route to, like we talked about earlier in the first possession. Ian Finch is getting open, making the solid play, and a first down, 37-yard line, new set of downs.
He's regarded as the best receiver in the state, and they've gone to him 3 times in just the beginning of this first quarter. So if I'm the East, I have to know where 11's at all the time.
I'm sure he's enjoying the quarterbacks he gets to play with in this one as well. Here's the snap. And a pitch back to Blake Shoup. The flea flicker down the field as Ulrichs is right there to break up the pass. Looking for Caden Zalewski.
And Ulrich gave him a shove, and I know the West are asking for a little help there, and a little rusty on the official. Hey, what? Nothing happened. Let him mix it up a little bit.
But how about bringing the trickery out with 11:20 left in the first quarter? Yeah, and that's something they did last year's game, correct, Greg?
Yeah, it turned the game, actually. You follow Sentinel's program and the way the coach calls it there, and you never know what's going to happen there.
2nd and 10, might as well try the flea flicker on the first play. You got 3 other downs to work with. Handoff. Looking for space. Zoner. And he's going to get a first down, I believe. Rumbles and stumbles his way. Has great patience in the backfield and found the hole.
Yeah, and you can see the comfort level. You have your quarterback, you have your running back, that inside zone, and it was a nice play. Good pickup for a first down.
Good job up front on that right side. That was Kevin Handenberg and Goldman making its way. Another run to Zoner after a nice 10-yard run. He's going to take up a couple.
Zoner powers his way for a first down.
It's interesting. The West came out early with no huddle, hurry-up offense. They've settled into the run game. The run game's actually giving them a little bit more. Maybe they're having a hard time handling the wind. The wind is picking up. We saw it stop that punt coming out of the end zone, but this is all from the kicking game. This is all set up.
Shell Osborne from Laurel on the tackle there. So we have a fresh set of downs. Zoner again. Osborne with the tackle again. So again, just trying to chip away, get some yardage, and maybe set a play action later on, a little boot, possibly, Greg.
Yeah, the West is patient with the run game. It's kind of interesting. They're inside zone, and they're running against a four-man front, and having a little bit of success with it, but brings up 2nd and long.
As Rostad looking for the sign. Looks like they're going to change the play because of the defensive look. We got 2nd and 6 to go. Ball on the 21, 9:40 to go. Zoner just up the middle. Abello wraps him up from behind. The 6'4", 300-pound future Dino from Alberta, Canada with the play. A couple tackles for him early on. Biggest guy on the East roster at 300 pounds.
Yeah, 6'5", 300. How big is that? Big.
That's 2 of me. That's 2 of us combined.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Dylan. I think I'll have that extra piece of pizza tonight.
There you go. Abello and actually Tyler Malep, the other Canadian, they had to take their college entrance exams. Playing well so far. Here's the direct snap. QB run for Rostad. Picks up a couple. Brought down by Ulrich, though. So it's going to be 4th down and short. Looks like they're going to have a couple to go. 4th and 3. Just under 9 left in this first quarter. West, forced the safety, or maybe unforced with the way that snap came up a few plays ago for the East team on their first play from scrimmage, and looking to add to it on 4th and short. Another 4th down call. Why not?
And I think you want the ball in Rostad's hands right here. I think there's no worries in Carver. I think he's going to get him out and let him run himself, and there he goes.
Great call, Greg, as Rostad.
I think he's short, too. I don't think they got it.
Both sides are pointing for a first down and for not a first down.
The side judge has it marked right at the 25.
Say it was down.
First down, looks like he had to get past. Oh, that's first down.
There you go. So Rostad, like you called it, Greg, put an extra fullback near the line of scrimmage to create a hole, and it was just enough.
You see what Carver's doing in this series with Rostad in the game. He's put the game in Rostad's hand in this entire series, and so just that comfort level of running. He's running the Hamilton offense, successful with the state championship with it, and probably told him, Tyler, just keep doing what you're doing.
There's another run to Zoner up the middle. And they're adding that extra blocker up front, nice fullback, Marcus Evans, was playing inside linebacker as well on the defensive side, but they're putting him in as an extra blocker to create more running room for Rostad and Zoner.
Yeah, a lot of teams now will use their big linebackers. They'll call them heavy packages and put them in just for that. Evans, coach's kid. He knows what he's doing inside there. If he doesn't, he'll get told when he gets home.
3 future Grizz right there in the backfield as we got 2nd and 6. Another handoff to Zoner, and they're just rumbling, bumbling, stumbling near the goal line. They're going to be stopped just short, but it's another first down, a fresh set of downs, about 2 yards short of the end zone.
I'll tell you what, if we can get a replay, watch number 77, Josh Goldman out of Helen High, 6'1", 285. He opens that up from the very beginning. If you can see him come into the screen, he just drives the player completely, almost to 10th Avenue South, which is 9 blocks south of here, Dylan.
Some big fellas up front, all state, all AA, creating some running room for Rostad and Zoner. Rostad, the direct snap, looking to get to the outside, cuts it up, and a truck stick, and he's in for the score as he takes on Ulrichs. It's not 8-0 West with 7:12 in the first, and a lot different than we thought it was going to go, but nonetheless still effective.
You know, I talked early in the broadcast, too, about running the ball, possibly 2 back sets, and we saw it. The second back, though, is Rostad. And that offensive line, question mark coming in for the West right now, owns the line of scrimmage.
Zoner, not flashy, but it gets the job done. And with the kick from Rohrbach, it's 9-0 as we're going to step away, take a quick commercial break. We got to go one Bruin.
Wow.
Twelve plays, 51 yards. Rostad finishing it off with a 3-yard punch. As the drive took 5 minutes and 56 seconds, just wearing down the defense, Greg. They're up 9-0 with 7:12 in the first.
Yeah, you don't get to hear it use this very often. It's that's smash mouth. That's just simple, old-fashioned smash mouth football. And they talked a little bit about it, and we saw it. So here you go, East.
As the kick from Rohrbach with that win sends it to the back end zone. So we're going to get a touchback, and East with another shot at redemption. One play, a turnover with the safety, put them down 2-0. So let's see if Isaiah Clunch and the offense can get it going.
Yeah, and the East brings in a big offensive line, and we'll see if they're patient enough to stay with the run. But they've got De Leon in the background, and they got Taco Dollar on the outside, and they've got a great offensive line. So and Weshy, helping them out there. I really think they're going to get the run game established. They're going to probably try to go to inside zone and see if they can get some movement.
We're going to start with CMR's Jackson Simons in the backfield, Dowler in motion, and then a penalty. Because
you got illegal motion on first down. You got a snap over the head that set up the touchdown. So East offense is struggling right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not quite on the same page. It could have been Dowler coming in motion is what sparked the penalty. So they're going to start 1st and 15 on the 20. 0 for 2 to start this game, but plenty of game to play.
Storyline on the West defense is just speed, pure speed. And then you've got Forrest Serrero from Hill and High, number 91. just a mini Aaron Donaldson, and he can destroy you. You better know where he's at on the field. It'll be fun to watch him tonight.
Only 3 down linemen. They go empty for East. Here's Clonch dropping back, looking for room, rolls out left as he finds Tyler Nansel. Then gets knocked out of bounds, regains some of that penalty yardage back as Wagner.
How about Clonch? One cool cat, right? I mean, it never even fazed him. He was rolling left. He looked downfield. He got a nice completion. I was talking to the coach earlier today, and they said just a great kid. Just really enjoyed him in camp. His teammates. He's a teammate player. He knows how to handle himself, and just very complimentary of how he treats people.
There's going to be a timeout on defense. Scott Evans, furious, as they're going to take a break, regroup. 2nd and 3 from the 32 when we come back. And we're back after the timeout break. 2nd and 3 for the East team. Regain some penalty yards with a pass on 1st down. And Jackson Simonson swallowed up on the play. The West defense, that big up front lineman.
Well, you see Chase Williams, the outside linebacker, number 14 from Sentinel. Their speed. He just closed that so quick.
And Sentinel has some dudes this year on both ends of the ball, making plays on offense and defense, and Williams right there. An absolute train in the backfield. 3rd and 5, Simonson behind Clonch in the shotgun. Clonch looking deep, wide open, Tyler Nansel, broken coverage. Tyler Nansel will go all the way untouched. Has beat Wagner on the edge. And just like that, it's 6-9. Isaiah Clonch, you just talked about it. He can do a number of things.
Cool Hand Luke is his new name. I mean, he just stood that, opened up, blown coverage, and that's going to happen. You only get 1 week to practice, but man, what a play, what a heads-up play by Clonch. Very patient, dropped it right in there. Against the wind, too, Dylan. That's hard to do. Look at his composure.
Just an absolute strike. For about a 70-yard bomb.
And just like that.
It's a game of runs. They say that in basketball. They can also say that in football.
Now.
As Trey Mann set to kick the PAT, and he knocks it in. As it's 7-9 with 6:19 left in the first. Folks, we got a good one on our hands. You're going to want to tune in for this one all the way. We'll be right back after commercial break. And here's your Man Mortgage first Montana East-West Shrine game fact of the evenings. Games won, East 41, West 33. West won it last year, though. You were calling the game, Greg. They won that one 21-12, but before it was the East winning 3 in a row.
Yeah, and the East started that game way ahead, and the West just flipped it on a couple of just key kind of trick plays.
So just like that, we got a ball game after a tough start from the East with a safety and then a penalty, but all it takes is one 70-yard pass to Tyler Nansel to turn it around as he used a kick from Mans. As looking for space up the middle, nearly tripped up and tackled from behind. It's number 36 for the West. Well done.
How fast is Klump? Well, you just saw it there. I mean, he's from Sentinel, and he's probably, if not, the fastest kid on the field. Watch him, and watch his dip here. He doesn't. That's a great move. He just soft-hipped that defender and came up and just took it down the field. So you want to watch All-Stars play? This is how All-Stars play.
And the patience right there to let that develop and open up, again, sets up West for the third straight possession with great field position.
You know, there's been already big plays and points scored just off kicking game.
So this time it's Hewitt and Payette in the backfield for the West. Hewitt rolling out, and looks like they're going to probably have a false start. So not the best start on this drive for West, same the way East started their last possession.
Yeah, if you look at the number at the bottom of the screen, to call the Shriners right now, they're at 7,300, down a little bit behind to what they were last year. And so anything that you can help out is a great help for our kids, and they just do a great job. So thank you for watching at home, and look for those numbers and pledge all you can, and we appreciate you. Thank you.
Got to meet Cece and Maisie in the last couple days. The cutest kids you could ever ask for. Caden Hewitt rolling out, and is going to find the ground just in front of his target, Finch, around the 32, just short. So it's going to be 2nd and 15 as that one comes up short.
You see Hewitt getting pushed out of the pocket a little bit by Cotton. Does a nice job from his defensive end position. Cotton, that's a name. That's a track name, Dylan. His dad, a longtime track coach at Cascade, kind of set the standard for track in Montana with Ralph Halverson at Great Falls High. Boy, there's some great track teams here.
Cotton, the Bozeman grad, as Hewitt steps back, a little screen pass. They're breaking into it. Nice pickup from the West offense. That's Caden Zalewski.
Zalewski, nice middle screen, set up very well. And this is what Carver does, and he keeps teams off balance. You see that coming inside. That was well executed.
So we got a little yardage back on that one. 3rd and 7, ball on the 37-yard line. Hewitt, another screen pass, this time to Finch. Well closed on by Devron Brewer. He's played on this field many times. And for Coach Sampson, the Great Falls High kid, making a play. Did a little wrestling as well as he wrestled Finch to the ground. Now it's going to be 4th and 6, and I'm imagining they're just going to stay on the field. Why not?
Why not? Talk about two different game plans with two different quarterbacks. You saw with Rostad, it was more run. With Hewitt, it's, get him out of the pocket and throw the ball. Boy, does he have a gun on him.
4th and 6. Can the East make a play?
Same thing, looking for that defensive set that they want.
Stentoff showing blitz on the left side.
Finch down here by himself. Sure enough, there he is.
Oh,
and he dropped the ball.
Finch wide open. Broke down Brewer to the outside, but just couldn't reel it in as a turnover on downs, a break that East needed. And can they ride the momentum from their last offensive possession into the next one? 4:45 left in the first as the East takes over.
I'll tell you what the East is going to have to do. They're going to have to get a plan for Finch. There's no doubt about it. He is hurting them in critical situations. Now, he dropped the ball there, but if he'd have caught it, that would have been a first down. They isolated him one-on-one.
And Brewer made the nice play beforehand in the flat. But, sometimes luck is better than skill, Greg.
Yes, it is.
1st and 10, Claunch. Dowler in motion and give it to De Leon, his teammate out west, as he is swallowed up in the backfield. I believe that's Trey Tilmany, the 3-time Thompson Falls state champ in wrestling, headed to North Dakota State next year, but playing one last game of football. Why not?
Yeah, why not? 3-time state champ wrestler. How tough do you think he is?
You don't mess with the wrestler. I think that's the best piece of advice I've ever had in my life.
Yep, that's
Do not mess with the wrestler. Part of that Thompson Falls 8-man championship football team this past fall. 2nd and 16, a 6-yard loss on that one. Claunch out of the pocket, stiff arm, looking for space. Oh, a back juke on Dylan Snyder. Gets a couple. Juked the Butte grad out of his sneakers almost, but made something out of nothing. Now it's 3rd and 12.
Yeah, but look at the speed of the West defense. Watch how quickly they chase him out of the pocket. They missed a tackle there, missed a tackle there. Now you can go back to the new school, old school, right? He didn't tackle during the week. Well, they missed 2 tackles. Coach Poley, who coached here a long time, he's probably sitting at home going, well, then practice tackling.
Good job by the defensive backs for the West to keep everything covered down the field. So long 3rd down attempt for Claunch in the offense. Looking for space. As he finds Rylan Schlepp, who's just past the 6'6" outstretched hands. The Gallatin grad, future MSU player who's looking to make waves as soon as he steps on the campus in Bozeman next year, just out of his reach.
Yeah, and they call him different. And they say he's different, and he is. He's big. Man, he's huge.
And just watching some of their scrimmages, that was the #1 target for Claunch throughout this entire week of scrimmage and practice. And he's hard to miss. That height, he is a problem. As
Look at this fake punt. And
wide
he's open.
Rafe Newbro, wide open down the seam. Bridger Polk, the lefty, he was injured all week. Had a wrap around his leg, a little trickery.
Yeah, okay. Here you go. You try it, I'll try it. Check this out. I wasn't expecting this so soon, but hey, COVID what? What a great play. That's a great catch by Newbro from CMR. A great throw.
Right on target.
This is a fun game, Dylan. Hey, how about this?
Both players headed to Montana Western next year. A little Great Falls High to CMR connection. It's 1st and 10 on the 40. Claunch to De Leon, trying to find some space on the outside of Truck Stick as he picks up a couple. As East with just a little bit of fight, and then with 3:15 left in the first, they're just pulling out gutsy plays after gutsy plays.
Yeah, that's fun to watch speed on speed, isn't it? De Leon is fast, and so is the West defense.
De Leon, I feel, didn't get enough credit during the year. Obviously, a lot of the attention was focused on Dowler and Claunch, but with De Leon, the numbers he put up for this West offense.
Well, a lot of it goes that West offensive line. I mean, they were big, and they broke them loose, but that's that 1-2 punch, and one name we haven't called out yet, we will soon, is Taco Dowler.
They've had him in motion a couple times, as they're going to have a formation error right there. It's going to be a false start. It's going to be 2nd and 13 as opposed to 2nd and 8, but still in West territory.
And they haven't been able to get the ball to Dowler because they can't protect. That West defensive line is coming hard, and they're bringing some pressure too. There's some 4- and 5-man pressures that are coming at that East line, and I know they want to run the ball, but West is taking the run away from them. So here comes the chess game.
Claunch with the improvisation skills at that quarterback position. And if they bring in Braden Mickelson, also a very kind of active quarterback and can do it with his feet. But 2nd and 13, just under 2:30 left in the first quarter. 2 backs and shotgun. Claunch looking for space. He might go deep, a little sidestep, and then a stiff arm. Gains even more yardage. As I think he broke away
picking up a couple from Billings West.
From one of the defensive linemen from Braden Goose of Big Fork to pick up just a couple.
I talked to Coach Evans, the West defensive coach, and he said this is the best secondary that he's seen in an all-star game, and that says a lot. And you see Claunch having he had to hang on the ball for a long time, and so I think they finally got their coverages figured out, and away they go here. So the team's starting to settle in.
3rd and 10, drops back, finds Schlepp. We just talked about him. They're going to find him in the middle of the field quite often.
Boy, he is different. Take a look. If we can get a replay, you can just see the athleticism. I mean, he is a college player right now. He just cut across the middle and kept that defender on his hip, and he couldn't get around him with that big body. But what a great catch. Watch this. This is just a college play.
Yep,
Perfect.
for the first down.
In your opinion, Greg, is he making waves the second he steps onto the campus next year in Bozeman?
Hard to say. I mean, they played for a national championship last year, but he's different. He's absolutely different, just the way he handles himself on the field. And what a great throw by Clonch inside. And the defender couldn't do anything. They just couldn't manage his size.
Trey Johannes in the backfield, De Leon. Clonch sidestepping. He's going to pick up a couple before being swallowed up by a host.
Oh, how about that? Oh, a little business on the ground. I laughed last summer. Well, I didn't really laugh. Yeah, I guess I did laugh. But they were getting after each other, and there was a little energy last night at dinner. I heard there was a little, you said
rivalry.
this, and I said, well, maybe, hey, what the heck? It's football.
People call this an all-star game, but there's a lot of pride that probably goes into it as well. A lot of people coming together on the same team that played against each other in state titles, or people on separate sides of the East-West roster that played for state titles, and one lost and one won.
Yeah. And here's a two-back set out of the East, too.
2nd and 5. Clonch drops back again. Steps away from more pressure. Trying to find space. Suero hits him. Second too late as he got the ball off. It's for Suero. Made a nice play, but he got the ball out of his hands. Thankfully, it's 3rd and 5 with 25 seconds left in the first.
Yeah, and I think probably Coach Sampson's going to tell Clonch, okay, enough of the carnival. Get your feet set and get the ball out of there, because you don't want to do that much too often, because all of a sudden the big boys are going to come, and they're going to come fast.
There's a way to they want to keep the ball in the air. There's a lot of way to combat that. A lot of quick routes, slants, quick outs to kind of get that ball out of Clonch's hands.
Yeah, and I'm impressed with East offensive line, because I think they're going to have trouble with Suero, the number 91 from Helena High. He's different too, and you need to know where he's at, or he'll destroy you.
3rd and 5, and another false start. 3rd and 10 now. But you just talked about the offensive line. The Perkins brothers from Bozeman, both heading to Montana State. Their older brother Justice now in the starting lineup for MSU. Their dad played at Montana State. Mic'd up Jaden in practice. Funny family and very talented.
Could you refer to it maybe a stable of Clydesdales? Yeah. I mean, there's some big. Mom, what's for dinner? I don't know. Costco isn't open yet. Yeah. I mean, it's probably one of those type of things.
Oh, man. The Perkins brothers locking down the left guard and right guard positions on the line, trying to protect Clonch here on 3rd and 10. Ball on the 28. As a double move. Looking to the outside and just past the hands of Rylan Schlepp. Excuse me. Number 82 on our roster is looking for some coverage there. It's trying to find Colby Martinez, the high jumper from Columbus, and boy, can that dude fly and jump.
You could tell East is frustrated a little bit. They want to run the ball, and they can't. The West is just taking it away from them, and Coach Sampson knows that the importance of being able to run the ball, and they just can't run the ball right now, and they're frustrated with it.
4th and 10, ball on the 28. Winds in their face. They're not going to kick it. 3 out wide. Taco Dowler on the left. They send Jackson Simonson in motion. 5 out. Here's Clonch. Look for space underneath to Schlepp. A little behind him, and has a turnover on downs. Even if he caught it, probably wouldn't have been able to get past the marker anyways.
And the West forcing the East to throw the ball almost every down. And I know that frustrates both Wessie and Sampson. They want to run the ball. And, hats off to the West defense. They're stepping up to the plate.
So just 14 seconds left. West takes over on their own 28-yard line. And kudos to the East defense for sticking and strong despite the tough start for their offense. 7-9 with Tyson Rostad back under center and shotgun.
Remember the last time we saw him, Dylan, they put the run game together with him.
They're handed off to Tim Zoner, so it looks like we're going to have a quarterback and running back duo be switched out as well. Zoner will go with Rostad. Payette will go with Hewitt, and that will probably take us to the end of the first quarter, as no shortage of fireworks, big plays, turnovers, you name it. We got more of it coming in the second quarter. West on top of the East, 9-7.
Folks are going. Be sure to stick around for halftime.
And welcome back to the 75th edition of the Montana East-West Shrine Game as we're back for second quarter action. West on top of the East, 9-7. Couple big plays in the first half, one from each team as Tyson Rostad rolling out to start this second quarter as he just misses his man out in the middle of the field as they tried to find his receiver. As we're going to toss it down to Bozeman's Ashley Washburn covering sideline for the East. Ashley, what you got?
Hey guys, if you actually look down at the west end zone right now, on that right-hand side, there's a big cluster of people. That is actually the entire Montana Tech coaching staff. And there was one coach that was really watching intently, and that was their new defensive coordinator, Eric Williams. He just joined the staff February of this year, came from San Jose State. But before that, he actually spent some time at Montana. He was an assistant from 2010 to 2014, and he's specifically watching defensive end Jackson Cotton right now and defensive tackle Zach Newton. So we've got the entire Montana Tech coaching staff. I know that Montana State wanted to be here, but they actually have their team down in Red Lodge right now helping out with those historical flooding that was down there with everyone. And so, you know, there's a lot of coaches that are here watching these kids. A lot of them are going to play at the next level. So if I see any more coaches, I'll let you guys know. But back up to you guys.
Thank you, Ashley. It's a nice stop there from Miles Sage. Ben Glasscock makes it 4th and 3, and so they're going to punt it. Rafe Newbro underneath for the fair catch. A nice stand from the front line of the defense for the East as they hold on, force a punt, and they'll start their drive at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, now the East has a wind at their back. Help a little bit with throwing, but I know they're probably going to want to come back out and throw the ball. I'll tell you what, I like Rohrbeck at quarterback a lot.
Rohrbeck can throw it to, he's got a leg and he's got an arm. That
Absolutely.
Without a doubt. As the East struggled a little bit. 3 and out last possession. They come right back out here in the start of the second, looking to try to take the lead. As now we have Braden Mickelson from Gallatin under center for the East. And Miguel Perez in the backfield. To throw in the flat. Taco Dowler, the first time we're calling his name. Look at him in space. Look at the shiftiness as that's a first down and then some from Taco Dowler.
They finally got the ball to him, and they hit him back on an outside screen, and you can see what he does in space.
Taco Dowler, the reigning Gatorade Player of the Year, for obvious reasons right there. And the simple game plan here is just get it to your boy in space and let him work.
Well executed, too. Nice block on the outside. I'm sure we're going to see more of him.
So Mickelson still under center in the pistol. Play action, and they go deep. What a catch up top! My, oh my! What a play from Tyler Nansel, who has made his imprint on this game early.
6'5", that's why they went after him. And, you know, Coach Sampson knows he's got to get things going, and little quarterback change, and he likes to push the ball vertically. This is a great catch, though. You called it well, Dylan. Look how high up in the air he goes to get it. And he's 6'5".
Looks like he beat Connor Sullivan on the edge to reach up and grab that one. So great field position right now. 1st and 10 on the 30. Mickelson. Hand off to the big fella out to the left.
And that's a run game. That's what they want to do. And hats off to Coach Sampson for loosening that defense up. And this is what they want to be able to run the ball. And the pass game opened it up for them.
Trey Johannes, 8-yard gain on the left edge. Kind of a running back, fullback hybrid for Coach Sampson in this one. Just a quick reminder, folks, that banner at the bottom of your screen gives you all the information you need to donate. We're the phones. Let them ring. Text in. Visit the website. Donations, anything helps for the kids in need at the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. A big sack in the backfield. My, oh my, what a play from Charlie Kurgan off the defensive end as he sacks for a big loss.
Nice play, just stayed with it the whole time. And actually the East gave him quite a bit of time to throw the ball, and he just hung a little bit too long, and the big uglies will come.
Charlie Kurgan, one of those Sentinel players, one of the many on this roster, and he is alone on that right defensive end position. And they go on a 3-man front, but Forrest Swear at nose tackle. Looks for a pretty devastating combo. So it's 4th and 13 on the 33. They're going to go for it. Mickelson with the fumble snap. He's just going to try to get some yardage, but not nearly enough for his first down. He picks up 3 and another turnover on downs. Excuse me. Now it's going to be 4th down.
Now it's 4th down.
Apologies. I was looking at the score clock at Memorial Stadium. I should have just trusted my instincts.
You know, but now if I'm the West defensive coordinator, East got a little bit of momentum going. I need to find Schlepp. Where is he on the field? Because this is his yardage here. 4th and 10. They've gone to him on conversion downs. They'll probably try and go to him again. Yep. Coach Sampson wants a timeout.
4th and 10. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of punts unless it becomes really bad field position to go for it. Because like you said, it's an all-star game. They want to compete. We want to see fireworks. We want to see scoring. So they're going to try to figure out with 4th and 10 out. As we're going to take a quick timeout break. We'll be right back to 4th down from the East. He's got a boot. And so after the timeout, Coach Sampson thinks about it. He's actually going to give it to his crosstown rival, Trey Mans, a soccer player converted to kicker at the start of this last 2021 season. He's going to have about a 45, 50-yarder with the win, though. Here is blocked off the end, and it's picked up. West all the way for a touchdown. Connor Sullivan, heads up play.
That's a little speed out of Connor Sullivan. I think he's an about 11'2" kid, and you saw it there. What a great athletic move. I didn't get to see who blocked it, but
we'll see it on replay, but Connor Sullivan surely finished the play. No doubt about that.
Comes from the middle. Oh, from the outside. Oh.
That's Drew Klump. Drew Klump with the block.
Yeah. Speed, right? Just pure speed. Has Klump made a difference in the game so far? Yeah, you could say that. What a great play by Connor Sullivan out of Glacier High.
And for the East, you take the timeout to take the safer bet with the kick, right? And then blocked, and it's just a what a blow as the Roarback PAT is good. It's 16-7, 11:44 left in the half. Not what Coach Sampson had in mind. And great special teams play from the West.
Well, I'll tell you what, they talk about it all the time, and there's three phases of football. There's offense and defense and the kicking game, and the kicking game has scored a lot of points today, especially tonight for West. And wow, what a great play. Speed on the outside and speed on the outside on the other side. So Glacier High and Sentinel teamed up that time, and now there's 7 in the bank.
And for the East, could not have asked for 2 more freakish plays to happen that resulted in scores for West. They started the game first possession with a fumbled snap for a safety, and then the blocked field goal attempt for a touchdown. But there's always light at the end of the tunnel.
And East finally got it going, Dylan, right? I mean, they threw the ball a little bit, they opened it up, and then they were able to run the ball, and the world was right, and then all of a sudden the world wasn't right, Dylan. That's kind of how it goes. The funny thing about these all-star games, too, is people are like, well, I don't want to watch the all-star game. They're not very exciting, and, blah, blah, blah. Well, the last 2 I've watched so far have been extremely exciting. And another pitch for our to help donate for the cause tonight. The Shriners have done a great job. Please look at that number in the bottom. These kids are out here playing so hard, and any support that you can give them would be great.
One of the East players a little bit hits closer to home for him. His little sister Cece from Malta one of the former Shriners Hospital patients. Maisie on the west side is the patient ambassador for them. What a great cause. As a big booting against the wind sends this one in the end zone, and Rohrbach showing why he's a D1 leg come next fall.
That's into the wind too. I mean, he's been a big piece of what's happened tonight.
So
Kicking
East will get
game.
it back. Yep.
Coaches always say kicking game. They never say it one time, Dylan. They say it 3 times. Kicking game, kicking game, kicking game. You wonder why that is. Why don't they say it? They just, I got it after the first time.
Yeah.
Kicking game, kicking game, kicking game. I bet you every coach sitting watching TV tonight, watching this game, their wife's probably going, why do you have to say it 3 times? As a kicking game, kicking game, kicking game.
It's a genie thing, probably.
I think it's
good luck.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Mickelson still under center is going to give it to Miguel Perez, and Fairfield has been an absolute beast in Class B football in his career as he picks up a couple.
Yeah, the word on Perez is that he just does not go down, just refuses to go down. Very powerful running back. You saw him go back, East go back to their left side on that stretch play, and they've had a pickup of 7 yards, and I think they're patient enough to stay with it. But that's a big pickup on first down, running the ball, and they've had success on their left side with that. They'll probably try and stay with it.
No shortage of running backs on this roster. Look at Rylan Schlepp behind the right guard, behind Perkins. Looks like they're going to try to create another hole, but hard to do with penalties.
East is struggling just with execution. That time Max Eaton out of Dawson, 6'3", 270, just a little bit too quick. So, it's hard, though, for the offensive linemen when the quarterbacks, because they have different cadence. They're, just like you have a different voice and I have a different voice, and, and it's tough. But the West doesn't seem to be having as tough a time. That's one thing about sports, right? You can use this excuse, and then when you're getting beat, you can say, well, the other team doesn't seem to have quite that problem.
Well, also, when you're lined up right across from Forrest Suero, your mind can get a little jumbled thinking about what's to come across the line of scrimmage. Now we got 2nd and 7 to go. A high snap. Mickelson's tall enough to get it. Throws it out to Dowler. Oh, what a catch and what timing, as that one could have easily been taken the other way if it had been waited 0.2 seconds later as Kirkley there to make the tackle, but he almost had a pick.
Yeah, Chase Williams maybe played that a little bit too soft, and that ball hung up there for a long time. And I know why he played it a little bit soft. You see him off, but guess who that is? That's Dowler, and you got to give him a little bit of space because he can change the game in a hurry too.
Yeah, that one floated up just a little too long, but doesn't matter. It's a first down, and the East team will take a ball in the 37 with 10:15 left. Here's Mickelson with it. Hand off to Perez. He finds space on the edge and picks up 8 to 9 yards. Got tripped up. Could have gotten a couple more.
You see what's happening here, Dylan, is the East now starting to run the ball, and West and they did tried to blitz that run, and they ran away from it. So the East being able to handle the run like they're doing right now, they'll change the outcome of this game, and they'll keep the speed off the field that the West presents to them. And I think we're going to see more run out of the East.
And how nice is it if you're Coach Sampson, the offensive coordinator, to have a run game now after the first quarter you're just having to pass the ball every time.
Right.
Back to Perez on the left edge. They like that left edge. Ran there 3 times on this drive. That's going to be enough for a first.
And when you only have a week to prepare, you can't get in game shape. And one of the things that'll just wear a team down is the ability to run the ball, and Coach Sampson knows that, and so does Coach Wesche, and you can see it unfold here. But you look at the size of that offensive line, and I'll tell you who's going to come. Schlepp is going to come sneaking in here pretty quick, because when you can run the ball and run the ball and run the ball like that, it opens up the play action, and I would look for Schlepp somewhere coming across the middle.
Looks like they're bringing in Zach Newton as well to try to have a little power offense, but does not matter as he's swallowed up by Kirkley and company for the West as a big defensive play right there.
It was interesting on first down. They brought Ryan Crea in, 6'1", well, he's 6'2", 215, and no movement on first down. I'm kind of curious about that play.
Crea obviously played fullback and running back at Great Falls High and actually put up really good numbers throughout the season. Great two-way player for Coach Sampson, but yeah, that's something you'd probably want on more short yardage downs, that lineup. But nonetheless, it's 2nd and 10, ball on the 48. Mickelson still under center and shotgun. Looking deep. Finds short to Schlepp. And that's going to be pass interference.
Penalty flag on the field.
Drew Klump on the coverage. He hit him a little bit soon. I think I would too, as big as he is.
That's a tough play. It looks like it got partially batted down before the ball got there to Klump by another defender. Because, yeah, you could see some of the players, especially on that left edge, you could see number 52 signaling, hey, Bronson Henriksen, hey, that ball was tipped.
I think it was, too. I think it was tipped before he got there.
Pass interference.
No.
26.
And Coach Carver not happy with it as well.
Yep.
He's a couple of yards into the field trying to figure out
Pass interference on the
how they missed that.
That's a big call because that would have been
First down!
I think that would have been fourth down and gave him the first down. I think the ball was tipped. I really do. It looked to me like it was.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
it was
definitely tipped.
Boy, the officials
And Klump.
a little out of practice too, but that's the way it goes.
But first and 10, 37. Again, better to be lucky sometimes. As Mickelson with it to the flat to Dowler. Nice blocking up front, but tripped up, and that could be a block in the back by Luke Clinton from Lewistown on the outside.
Yeah, he got just a little bit behind it. And you can see the speed that the West presents.
Just clipped him just enough right in front of the referee.
Connor McCarthy on the coverage out there, and he just gets past him, and you see that. Yep. Block in the back, but see the athleticism of Dowler. West doing a nice job of keeping Dowler bottled up.
Yep.
I mean, he have not let him run.
They've been trying to get him the ball in the flat as much as they can, but these DBs, experienced, athletic, and long for the West.
Interesting that the East went away from their stretch play to the left. They're averaging about 6-7 yards a carry on it, and they haven't gone back to it. And now it's 1st and 20.
7:56 left. Again, the number to call in or text in or visit the website to donate to the Shriners Hospital below. So as a quarterback, keep a little fake to Dowler to get the defense shifted and pick up a couple after the penalty. It's going to be about 2nd and 14. A little misdirection. And their coaches are arguing about something. I don't know what from up here. And referees telling them it can only be one.
Yeah, look at the coaches' hands are going up, and they're yelling. And
we talk about the players taking this game seriously. You think the coaches are as well?
And Carver goes over to Evans and puts his hand on his back and says, here, take a breath. Take a breath.
2nd and 14. Mickelson the shotgun again. He finds Luke Clinton. He's going to pick about 6 or 7. Fought off Braden Morris to pick up a little extra. So now 3rd and manageable for the East on the 35-yard line of the West. Again, this has been kind of a grind possession, trying to pick up a few yards here and there and set up the pass. And Mickelson, can he make magic happen on 3rd down and 9? Mickelson trying to make up for lost time, was injured at the beginning of the season, only played 6 of the 10 games.
East might have to call timeout here. I can't see the play clock. Yep.
Right on cue.
Took a little too long.
That's a timeout from the East. A big 3rd down coming with 6:08 left. West on top of the East, 16-7.
of Technology.
And welcome back. So we've got the second Man Mortgage Montana East-West Shrine game fact of this evening, with the longest winning streak going to the East. 6 games in a row from 1973 to 1978. As we're back 3rd and 9. Big play here. Rush from the edge. Mickelson looking for space. It's going to be close. About maybe a yard or so short as he got pressure on the edge. Escaped and picked up what he could, about 7-8 yards. So it's going to be 4th and 2.
You see the East bring in their heavy package, Correa back in at running back. They didn't have any success with it the last time they ran it. Maybe they'll move it outside a little bit.
That was Marcus Evans on the pressure that made Mickelson do it. Claunch now in the backfield. Oh, and they sack him down. John Kirkley from the edge did not get fooled by the fake handoff. Maybe it was just having Isaiah Claunch in the game that may have given away the fake.
It may have. You know, John Kirkley, boy, he played that well out of Dillon. Just stayed where he was supposed to do it and where he was supposed to stay and made the play. You see him come from the outside. He just settles down, knocks Clinch down, and that's a great play.
Didn't bite one bit. Had Claunch swallowed up the second. He pulled it away from the fake, and now turnover on downs as West will get it back with Hewitt and Pyatt set to be in the backfield to try to increase their lead with 5:28 left in the half.
They haven't tried to run the ball much with Hewitt in there. They go to the air.
As they hand it off to Pyatt, 1st and 10 is going to pick up a couple to soften up the middle.
Down to $5.16 in the quarter. We're up to $8,000 now, so thank you, donors. Appreciate that.
That number's going to keep on rising, keep them phones ringing, and the texts sending. 2nd and 8 to the flat. Zalewski looking for space. Stiff arms. Devron Brewer to the ground in order to pick up the first down. Caden Zalewski has been a quiet little hero on offense, has made a couple big receptions for the West.
Well, you don't win state championships without having players, and Florence won one, and there he is. So you can see major contributors so far to this game.
Yeah, 14 of the 23 state championship contenders or title winners on this West roster, Zalewski being one of them. Fresh set of downs for the West. As they hand off to Pyatt, he finds a seam, breaks it to the outside, another stiff arm, and steps out of bounds as he beats.
We can see that inside zone. Inside zone open, wide open for him if we can get a replay on it, and he just found space and ran to it.
Great hole up the middle.
Inside as he runs to his left here, pops it back, and there's no one there. Nice run.
So a little momentum now for Pyatt in the offense after a beautiful run.
Got Finch isolated on the bottom here, and Hewitt left-handed quarterback. Excuse me, right-handed.
Another run is Pyatt looking for space on the outside, wrestled down on the left side. Not going to let him do it again. As that Shell Osborne from Laurel making the play. As fool me once, don't fool me twice.
Right.
So 2nd and 9, 4:10 remaining in this first half. No shortage of big plays on offense and defense. A number of turnover on down situations, but a number of big runs, big passes, and turnovers as well.
Same formation.
3 out to the right.
Finch by himself again.
Hewitt drops back. He's looking for Hinch, and it's
Whoa!
sacked. Big!
Oh, hello!
Derek Rothwell from CMR.
Wow!
Using the length. Second team all-conference, playing amongst the trees, him being himself.
6'6", and Hewitt wanted to go to Finch. He was looking to get over there, and wow!
What a hit! Looks like
the East needed a big play. They needed a big play on defense.
So big sack there. It's 3rd and 16, and is that enough to give the East momentum and the defense to escape this one after a good start from the West? Hewitt again almost sacked, and almost picked off
through the hands of Zach Newton as Rothwell again on the pressure. Swallowed up Hewitt. Hewitt tried to get it out of his hands and almost into the arms of All-State Zach Newton.
Well, Jackson Cotton, too, came from the outside and to that outside pressure just forced that. And then Newton, he was almost like he waited for it to happen, and it just ran away from him.
Great two-play sequence from Derek Rothwell. As now West team forced to punt is a great stand from that East defense. A high-hanging punt, and that's going to be in the end zone for a touchback. So fresh set of downs when we come back after the break. East defense holds on. Can their offense get the ball rolling a little bit? 2:52 left in the half. We'll be right back. And welcome back as East team set to take over on offense. The West, though, still on top, 16-7, as we're going to toss it down to Kennedy Broadwell on the West sideline. Kennedy, what do you see down there?
How about our head cheer coach?
West linebackers coach Scott Evans has resigned after 30 years at Helena High from the program back in December. We talked to him earlier, and he's just so glad to have the opportunity to be a positions coach, especially with the linebackers here today. His son Marcus is at that position here tonight.
Thank you, Kennedy, as we're back to the action. East going empty with Isaiah Clonch. Looking for a pump fake, looking for space. Still's got plenty of time. He's looking down deep to Taco Dowler. Wide open behind the defense. No one is going to even come close. As Taco Dowler, a 75-yard score. First play from scrimmage with Isaiah Clonch.
I'll tell you what, you better take your offensive line to dinner because they gave him all day to throw the football. And Cool Hand Luke sat back there, and all of a sudden he found his best friend Taco Dowler down the field for a touchdown. Woohoo! How quickly it can change.
You know, Clonch started the game with the safety, struggled a little bit trying to find his footing and scrambling around, but all it took was two big plays, one to Tyler Nansel and one to the Montana Gatorade player this year, his teammate.
1,002, 1,003, 1,004. Over 4 seconds to throw the ball. It's a long time, especially when you have someone as dangerous as that out back there.
And when you give him that much time, the defense just breaks down, correct, Greg? And the DBs kind of get lost, and Taco Dowler knows where he is.
Just turns into football in the park is what it turns into, and him in the park is a dangerous person. It's a nice job. I mean, what a great game, right? I mean, there's explosions all over the place. A blocked field goal picked up by Connor Sullivan for a touchdown, and Cool Hand Luke sitting back there just waiting for things to happen, and it does, and yeah, you're seeing it all.
You got to imagine Dowler was an all-recess first pick back in the day. I mean, There's just no question you don't put him on your team when you finish lunchtime.
That's
just absolutely no way.
Yeah, that's it.
Greg, no shortage of big plays in this one. This is a good game. The fans are getting what they paid for.
They really are, you know, and the tail of the game is mostly in the kicking game. Just the blocked field goal and the big punts and the safety and it's got everything.
So we got 14-16 East. Again, all it takes is just one big play from them to get back in the game. They did in the first quarter. They did it now as we have 2:38 left in the half. And
You know, and both coaches have had to go in and use different things, and a lot of it so far. Well, let's try the run. Well, that's not working. Well, let's throw the ball as far as we can. Okay, that worked once. You know, and let's run outside. Okay, that worked. And then they've had to go in and out. Neither team can find a rhythm, and that just tells you the type of the caliber of athletes on the field. And 1 week practice.
yeah, the 3 days paying off.
Oh, look at them coming up. They're thinking onside kick.
Looks like they did practice it, and that is swallowed up easily right at the 50-yard line.
Well, that didn't trick anybody with 2:38 left.
That looks like that's Kyle Lawson might have made the play. Or Caden Batzler with the recovery. So now the West will get pretty darn good field position at the 50-yard line.
You got Rosted out now, so Coach Carver will probably go to his offense, and Rosted's a running back in that offense.
Zoner right next to him as they're going to roll out Rosted to the left, looking for room.
Nice coverage.
Yep.
Covered by Ulrichs from Billings Central. His number's been called quite a few times tonight. He's answered it.
Intended for Kyle Lawson. Looks like he might have had another receiver open in the middle of the field, but the way his momentum was taken to the left, wasn't able to turn his shoulders to make that play.
You know, too, you see both these quarterbacks are not sitting in the pocket. They're rolling them. Those offensive lines can't hang on to the defensive pressure, and both quarterbacks having to roll out.
2nd and 10, this time out to Finch in the flat. Oh, great side juke as he picks up the first down.
Oh, look at that. Oh, a little old-fashioned stuff there.
A rolled ankle as Bo Dantic is trying to make the play in the flat and isn't able to. I mean, they had two here in the flat.
You see the athleticism of
Boom.
Finch. Look at this. Outside, inside, and going.
Yeah, Dantic could have had him in the backfield, but great move from Finch. As Lawson catches in the backfield, he's going to lose 2 on the completion.
West has all 3 timeouts left. 2 minutes to go in the game. Ball at the 39, so they're in good shape. And the East doesn't want to give one up now, Dylan. I mean, they just don't. You know, they battle themselves back in the game, and they don't want to give one up. And but go for an onside and you don't get it. This is what you're dealing with.
2nd and 11, Rostad looking on the wheel route to Lawson. The man from Hot Springs, kind of a specialty athlete for this West roster. They've tried to look for him about 2 or 3 times on this possession alone, but not able to connect there. 3rd and 11.
See Rosted going to the Grizz. As a receiver? As a quarterback?
Who knows? Well,
he's a utility guy, isn't he?
Yeah. I know Hewitt's definitely going as a quarterback. So big 3rd down here. What are they going to do?
Big planning going on.
Yep.
Joey Sider, our guy in the fundraising person and the telethon, up to 8,500. Joey Sider, Great Falls High guy too, Dylan.
There you go.
Yep. I told this story last year. It's funny. You know you're from Montana when you drive yourself to driver's ed, because Joey would drive us to driver's ed, and we'd all get out of the car, and then we'd get in the driver's ed car. We'd do our practice driving, then we'd get back in Joey Sider's car, and he'd drive us all home.
There.
How about that?
If only it still worked like that, it would be much simpler. Instead of begging the parents to drag you to the DMV and all that.
And the driver's ed teacher would just say, okay, here we go. Well, in rural Montana, you can't tell me that everybody didn't drive into the driver's ed. It's funny. It's just being part of Montana. But Joey Sider, one of our guys that's heads up the telethon, just does a great job and cares so much about kids and about just about everything that this whole game stands for. And so, Joey, nice job. Thank you for everything you're doing.
Everybody continue your generous donations throughout this game. There's still plenty of time to get more money to the Shriners Hospital in Spokane. So big play, 3rd and 11. Back to Zoner on the play action. What a beautifully drawn up play out of the timeout. It's a play action to Zoner. They find him coming out of the backfield to find him a little wheel route for a first down.
And down, he went down too with the, he's got drug on the knee. I hope he's okay. It's one of the things that, you know, this is one of the issues that they talk about with these all-star games and these injuries, because these players are going to the next level.
And that was one of the reasons Carver, you know, in his game plan doesn't want them scrimmaging throughout the week, or at least his team. That's the last thing you'd want is an injury before the game, but obviously competing in a very competitive all-star game like this, injuries do happen.
Yep, they do.
As we're going to send it back down to Candy here in a little bit. Over on the west side, she'll have an update for us on what's going on over there, either with the injury or another player update. Zoner, yeah, you can see goes down there pretty tough. The knee.
He kind of gets caught, but we'll see it. He gets caught from behind and drugged down, and I think what happens is his leg gets caught behind him.
Goes inverted for sure right here. Great play call from Coach Carver. And great execution. Yeah, that knee goes in on the right after he's tackled out of bounds. Tough play to see. You hope he's okay and hope it's nothing more than a quick fix, but his teammates help him to the bench, and I'm sure they'll have Payette back in the game. So it's 1st and 10, minute 32 left. As hopefully good news coming from that bench later on. But new fresh set of downs. Rostad dropping back, looking for space at the middle. Newton is going to swallow him up, but not after he picks up about 4 on the ground.
Yeah, 1:22 left, 2 timeouts, so they've got plenty of time. They have the timeouts. You got a scrambler quarterback in.
2nd 7 clock still dwindling down. A minute 10, still a couple timeouts for the West. Looking to add a few more points to their lead. Rostad over to Lawson. Lawson takes on a hit, but looks like he's going to have a first down. The 6-man all-star that put up numbers for Hot Springs this year makes a play. He's committed to Montana Western. As a 6-man football player, that's really impressive.
Yeah, that is. That's a great first down pickup right there. That's a big first down.
So another timeout used by the West team. Is now fresh set of downs with just under a minute left on the 12-yard line. A lot of options they can do.
Yeah, and it's a game right now, too. I mean, it's 14-16, and the East has had to battle to score. I mean, they've got a couple big plays, right? But for the most part,
as Kennedy, seems like he got an update from us on the west side, and obviously there was just an injury, but what else is going on down there?
Out of Hamilton, the running back has a little bit of a left knee injury here. Took a nasty hit in that last play that we just saw, getting pushed out of bounds. So we hope that he recovers soon and that we'll see him back in the game. But looks like they're getting some ice on that right about now. Back to you guys.
Yeah, so obviously we're hoping for the best. You don't want to see any injuries in the All-Star game, but it is football. It is part of the game. But right now the West offense has a chance to kind of avenge the injury and get on the board with just under a minute left in the half.
You know, and the East defense answered last time. If they gave 2 great big plays that drove it back, big tackle for losses, took them out of scoring position. So we'll see if they can do it again here.
Yeah, Derek Rothwell from CMR was man in the middle as Rostad play action, back left corner of the end zone. Oh, and Finch with the gritty.
Wow.
With the gritty dance on A.J. Ulrichs, using size and strength to create space and score a touchdown on the left edge of the end zone.
I think he caught that with one hand, too. I don't, if we can get a replay on that. You know, he's regarded as the best receiver in the state, and the West knows it out of Hellgate. I think he catches this one hand. What a great throwback. Nope, 2 hands. But you see how he kept Ulrich off of him?
And that's just using size, right? Right there.
Well, size and know-how, right? I mean, so, you know, receivers, I'm a old defensive coach. Receivers cheat. And offensive coaches teach them how. And so if you don't get caught and you score a touchdown, that's the game. But that's a great play by Finch. And, man, they have featured him tonight. He came in with the top billing as the top receiver in the state, and you can see it.
That's 6'3" going against 6 foot. Finch, a future Grizz, showing wide right there. A big play for West. A big momentum swing heading into the half, assuming they can hold on for these last 50 seconds. But we've seen the East be able to score in one play in 70 yards and a 75-yard play.
Yeah, we've seen it all, right? You know, that drive, though, Dylan, stemmed from a bad onside kick. You know, I mean, they didn't have to do that. And I'm a second guesser, though.
Yeah.
But I just, you know, that's what happens when you gamble.
You know, we'd be talking about what a great call if they get the onside and they go down a score to take the lead in the half. But in the multiverse, maybe that happens.
Yeah.
In the 75th annual.
You have the wind at your back. And,
yeah.
Yep. But it is what it is.
So Rohrbach going to kick it off with 50 seconds left in this one. East with 14 points. Looking for a last-minute score, literally, as Dowler going to return it up the middle. He's dangerous, and he is swallowed up and tripped up at the 18-yard line. Nice play from the West special team. So you probably imagine they're going to, with no timeouts, they're going to keep it conservative.
Now it's 45 seconds. Coach Sampson is not a conservative coach, and he has some stretch ability on the outside, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see one go deep.
They've shown they've had success with the very long and athletic Tyler Nansel and the speedy Taco Dowler at their disposal.
Well, Clonch has got arm strength, and so it's hard to say, but doesn't look like they're going to stretch here.
Pretty tight formation.
Having trouble lining up.
As Dowler back in motion. Little pitch to him on the outside. He's going to get out of balance and pick up 3 to 4 yards, which will stop the clock to kind of soften the defense and open up some things that they can do. 41.4 seconds left.
Sure see the team speed on the West. Dowler's fast, right? We talked about him all half, but that West team can close.
2nd and 8. Clonch headed to Carroll next year. Dowler to MSU. Nansel to Drake University, Division I. Here's Clonch, steps back, rolls out to his right, looking deep. They have everyone bottled up down low. Breaks off Swearell and then finds Dowler again. Are you kidding me? They're going to need to get up to the ball, though. The clock will stop momentarily, but no timeouts for the East.
And that's really a defensive problem of not keeping Clonch contained and letting him do that. He's shown he's just going to kill you. 1,001, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005, 1,006, 1,007.
Clonch understanding he's going to spike it right at the 49-yard line. So only 5 seconds goes off the clock. As now you maybe try to get out of bounds and get yourself in range of Trey Mans, who certainly has the leg, being a kicker and going to the University of Providence next year as a soccer player. Or would you just keep trying to play for a touchdown here with no timeouts?
Well, obviously both coaches have said I'm going to let it all hang out. And so I think they're going to just let him run around until the West says, I'm not going to let you do that. I might, you see three-man front, but I would assume you're going to start to see some 4-man pressure.
Clonch with the snap. Rolls out to left, goes deep, looking for coverage, and that's going to be a flag. Looks like they might, in the secondary, they're going to get Chase McGurran from Helena with pass interference, but there's one near the 50-yard line that could be a hold.
Yeah, I think we're going to get an offensive line hold, and I think we're going to get a defensive hold. And I think they're going to offset penalties.
Illegal formation.
And it's going to be 18 seconds left.
On the offense. Pass interference. Number 7 on the defense.
Illegal formation on offense. Penalties offset either way. So no harm, no foul. 2nd and 10 with 18 seconds left. Again, just if that offensive line can buy Claunch 5 to 6 seconds of time, I mean,
yeah, it's just
that defense is very vulnerable.
It
They have
is.
to wait that long.
Yep, and the West has enough speed to chase him down if they decide they're going to bring that kind of pressure. But I think Claunch is got too strong an arm just to let him run around.
Simonson in the backfield along with Claunch. Steps up in the pocket, breaks off to the left. And he just couldn't get out of bounds, stop the clock. So maybe just setting up a Hail Mary then with 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6.
He'll probably have 2 plays with 12 seconds if he doesn't hang on to the ball very long. What they'll try to do is they'll try to get the ball to the sideline as quickly as they can. And you know, you said it, you know, we got a good kicker, the CMR kicker, so if they can get it into the 30 or so, that give them the chance for a field goal. So I think that's probably what Coach Sampson's going to try to do. And I wouldn't be surprised if they run Schlepp on an out, get him the ball at about 8 or 10 yards and set themselves up for a field goal.
Looks like Schlepp's actually on the sideline right now. Looks like he came out of the game maybe to keep more speed on the perimeter. Shotgun formation, Simonson to the right of Claunch. Looking for a quick out there. He has one, had it for a second, steps up, Suero, and then bottled up and finished off by Evans. And that will bring us to the end of the half. More than 8. Nice sack from Helena as
And we made it to halftime.
the West on top, 23-14. The defense holds strong on the final possession. But as we saw from the East team, no shortage of fireworks, and they can easily get back into this one. As we're going to take a break before we get into our halftime festivities. Don't go away.
Once the coaches get on the field, we'll bring up your halftime entertainment. And now, ladies and gentlemen, friends and guests, I'm honored to introduce to you your 2022 East West Shrine Cheer Team.
Welcome back to the 75th Montana East-West Shrine Game from MTN Sports.
Throughout the broadcast, we've been talking about the Shriners phone number, website, donate money. Now we want to show you why the work is never done at the Shriners Children's Hospital.
Yeah, when she was born far premature, and she was born basically without a hip socket.
When I was pregnant with Maisie at a 20-week ultrasound, we found out that she was missing her fibula.
I am Mackenzie Stewart, and I am from Fairfield, Montana. I have juvenile idiopathic scoliosis, and I went to Shriners to receive treatment of a spinal fusion to fix the curvature in my back.
I am Grant, and I'm from Great Falls, Montana. I've got bilateral club feet. It means that my legs were turned in when I was born. So when I was little, I got surgery on my heels.
I am Addison Benson. I am 8 years old, and when my accident happened, I was 2 years old and I was ran over by a lawnmower.
My name is Macy Brandon, and I am from Havre, Montana. My injury was that I broke my arm. It wasn't straight and it didn't heal.
My name's Amalia Ostwell, and I'm from Havre, Montana. I had scoliosis, and I was put into a torso brace, and that was supposed to correct my scoliosis.
I'm Madison, and I am from Great Falls, Montana. I was born with a cleft palate. I go for the Shriners Hospital for treatment.
Probably 3 or 4 hip surgeries. Seems like it was 3 surgeries and multiple casts.
We're taking Maisie to Shriners about every 6 months. Sometimes it's a little more than that, just with adjustments for her prosthetic and if she has some issues.
It was very welcoming when I first went there. I was really scared, but they helped me realize that I was going to be okay.
When I went to the Shrine Hospital, I didn't really know what was going on. I know my family was scared, and I'm just lucky I'm still alive.
As far as her care during surgery, her prosthetics that she wears over and above what my insurance pays, they work with a local prosthetist here, so we don't have to travel out of city or state for that matter for that, because she's got a lot of adjustments that need to be done.
They just know how to treat the kids and the parents as well. I mean, it was absolutely a wonderful experience in a difficult time.
And the local Shrine group helping us with travel expenses and lodging has just been a lifesaver. There have been times we've made 3 trips in a month out to Spokane to go to treatments.
My favorite place is the playroom where all the balls and toys are. I love all the people at Shriners Hospital. They're just so nice and generous and do so much for everybody.
I can do every sport: skiing, basketball, softball, wrestling with older sister. I can do a lot of sports, like nothing can stand in my way.
I think that Shriners is a really good hospital for kids, and that will help people become a kid again instead of worrying about, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that.
I am thankful for Shriners because they help kids like me, and they made it so I can do everything I can do today.
My prognosis is really good. Since after my surgery, I've been able to play all the sports and been able to do stuff I really love to do.
Sorry, it's not easy for me. It's easy for me to say thank you, but it's super tough. The folks at the Shriners and the whole organization has just been wonderful for wanting to step in and help my daughter and my family, and they're nothing but just a blessing. And we're so happy to have known them, and happy to if we can help a little bit in any way, we're happy to do so.
Check 1 2, check, check, check. 3, 2. Welcome back to the 75th Montana East-West Shrine game at halftime. West team is leading the East team 23-14. I'm joined now by Tim Forbes. He's on the Shriners International Board of Directors. And Tim, first and foremost, this is your first Shrine game. Pretty good so far, huh?
Oh, it's an excellent game. The players are doing great. The fans are phenomenal. You couldn't ask for a better evening. It's nice and cool. What a great time for a good game.
Absolutely. And being on the International Board of Directors, that's got to be a pretty good honor. What are some of your duties there?
Well, we travel like we do for here, representing Shriners all over the world. And on top of that, we get an opportunity to meet patient ambassadors and talk with different parents about their experiences with Shrine, and also interview some of the people that are looking to bring their children to us, because we've got the time, the talent, and the means. We'd love to take care of more children, as many as we could.
All right. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all you do for the mission of the Shriners Children's Hospital. We're going to go to another commercial break. We'll be right back with another interview before kickoff to the second half of the Montana East-West Shrine game.
Purchased by the Jolly Road Clowns right here in Great Falls, Montana. If you saw the parade today, there's a crazy bunch of cars up and down all the way around. Jolly Road win the half a port. Now for a half a beat. Half a beat. Glendale, Masonic Lodge, number 31, Glendale, Montana. Purchased the lottery ticket. They have won a half a beat. Thank you, Glendale.
Welcome back to the Montana East-West Shrine game. Joined now by Peter Brewer. He's an administrator at the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. Now, Peter, you tell me this is your first game, but it's been very important to the mission of the Shriners Hospital. Tell me about what this game means to you guys and how important it is.
Well, it is incredible. First of all, it's a real honor and privilege to be here, but the excitement, the enthusiasm, the tradition, it just doesn't get any better for us. But as far as the hospital goes, it's really about awareness. Again, it's what these folks do out here to kind of spread the word of what we do, but it's also, again, about the donations they raise. But it just doesn't get it about the best of the best are out here, so it's great to be here.
The 75th game, I mean, there's a pretty rich history here at the Shrine game.
It really is, and again, it's the elite, the best all-star game, and it just doesn't get any better than that.
Absolutely. All right, Peter, thank you so much for joining us. Again, see that number, see that website, donate your money to the mission of the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. It's never been more important. That work is never done. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back with kickoff to the second half of the 75th Montana East-West Shrine game.
Welcome back to the 75th Montana East-West Shrine Game from MTN Sports.
And welcome back as we're a few moments away from second half action from the 75th annual Montana East-West Shrine Game as we're trying to collect all the donations we can throughout the rest of this broadcast in order to bring donations to children in need at the Shriners Children's Hospital in Spokane. No shortage of fun action that first half. The East scored twice, 2 big-time touchdowns, one from Tyler Nansel on a 70-yard score, another one from Taco Dowler on a 75-yard bomb. But the West had the last laugh to end the first half. Connor Sold on a blocked field goal for a touchdown. Tyson Rostad with a running score in that first score, and then Ian Finch capped it off. They're up 23-14 as we head into the second half. No shortage of offense. And speaking of offense and playmakers, Ashley Washburn on the east side is standing by with Tommy Malott, who had an excellent, historic freshman year with Montana State. Ashley, what do you got?
Hey guys, I told you that I was going to be on the sideline looking for people and ended up finding Tommy Malott, quarterback from Montana State. He was a 2020 invite for the Shrine Game. Unfortunately, didn't get to play because of COVID, but he's here. What brought you out to the game?
We got to come up to Great Falls, come and support some future teammates, support some kids that I know from Butte, and got to come up and see my girlfriend Andy and watch her brother Rafe play tonight. So pretty special.
Well, speaking of teammates, let's talk about a former teammate, Dylan Snyder. What have you seen from him? How excited are you to play with him again at Montana State?
Yeah, absolutely. He's coming to MSU. He's going to be a wide receiver for us. Tonight he's playing D end. It's a little bit out of position for what he's been preparing for, I'm sure, but he's been a great effort. Been out there for special teams. Really loving the effort he's been showing out there.
Absolutely, and he was a wide receiver. But let's talk about another wide receiver on that East team, Taco Dowler. I actually looked up at you at the end of that second half when he had that huge touchdown catch. You had a huge smile on your face. What did you see from him so far?
Yeah, he's a super dynamic player. Him and Isaiah, the quarterback for West, they got that connection. That's kind of what they've been doing all year. And it's been it's pretty special to watch that. It's an all-star game, but just kind of going off script there and getting a huge play there. It's pretty cool.
Are you excited to have him as a teammate soon?
Absolutely. I've known Taco. I've competed against him basketball and football since he was a sophomore. I was a senior, and I'm for sure excited for him to come down and get ready for college ball with us.
Absolutely, and only a couple weeks until you guys start those summer camps. How are you feeling getting ready for that?
Feeling great, yeah. Everyone's working their butt off right now, and summer's been a grind so far, and we're really happy with how everything's been going.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. We'll obviously talk to you again in a couple months when we get ready for fall camp. I'll send it back up to the booth for you guys, Dylan and Greg.
Thanks, Ashley. Nice seeing Tommy Malott in the stands. Obviously, a very bright future ahead of him as part of the Cats. Again, I'm Dylan Foreman, joined by Greg Upham here in the booth. Great action-packed first half. Greg, what were some key stats that stood out to you? First, on the east side, the receiving numbers are kind of ridiculous and Madden-esque.
Yeah, I think they're probably cleaned up Clunch's ability to just run around, for one. And then secondly, West is just going to keep doing what they're doing, and the East is going to have to adjust because that's the way it's going.
So the East is going to start with possession, as that's going to be a touchback from Taco Dowler. East will get a chance to try to climb back into this one, down 9. They let one slip away to Ian Finch in the end zone, in the red zone, towards the end of the first half, but still within striking distance, as we saw from that first half.
Yeah, I think if, the success that the East can take out of the first half is they did have the ability to run the ball and kind of got away from it. I don't know why, but their stretch play was working, giving them about 7 to 8 yards a carry, and so we'll see if they go back to it.
So Clonch starting the second half, as he did most of the first, alongside him DeLeon. They're going to hand it to him to try to soften up the defense, but these stopped big time by Forrest Suero, the Helena grad. Big things ahead for him in college as he just eats up the middle of that defense.
Yeah, you need to know where he's at, just like you have to know where Finch is at. But how about Suero? 2 pick sixes as a defensive lineman this last season.
Also a state placer and shot put. Also plays a little baseball as well. It kind of does a little bit of everything. You would think a man that size wouldn't be able to move as well as he does. Well, you'd be wrong. 2nd and 10 for the East. Clonch back to pass. Looking for Schlepp, and Suero almost finds him again. Nearly taking out Suero. Looking for a
There he
tackle,
is.
and he gets it, as you just can't escape Forrest Suero for long, as all that running around the first half finally catches up to Claunch, as Suero says, I've had enough.
You know, I've been talking about him all day, and the word is that there hasn't been a defensive lineman like this in the state for over 10 years, and he's small in size, so the Big Sky didn't go on him, but Carroll's got him, I think, and you just can't block him. You just absolutely, if you don't know where he's at on the field, he's going to ruin your day, and he just ruined his day there.
So it's going to be 3rd and about 25.
Look at this. They move Suero from the nose guard back out to the outside. Now he's in a 3 technique, so you're going to have to block him one-on-one.
Get out to the flat to DeLeon. Multiple West defenders there to take him down. It's going to be a gang assist there. It's going to be 4th down and bring out the punt unit, as Forrest Suero had his imprint on that. Has made some big plays on his fellow teammate next year in Claunch.
He did.
We're going to be buddies, but for now we're enemies.
Right. Boy, what a great defensive series for West coming out. Wow.
And East started their first half offensive action in a very bad way with the safety, and now not starting off the second half in a great way too, as Bridger Polk will miss punt, and that is going to have a net gain of maybe 8-9 yards. And that's the risk you take when you roll out a punter like that.
Yeah, that rugby punt, you know, it works sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. And, man, what a tough start for the East in the second half.
Does their defense have enough to hold on? As you see Cash Salisbury in the game now, inside linebacker, the Malta native and Malta grad. His sister was featured in the pregame show as one of the Shrine ambassadors for the East team. Again, all that great work the Shriners Hospital is due to you folks at home watching the broadcast. You can continue to help the Shriners Hospital in Spokane with the information at the bottom of the screen. As Caden Hewitt starting the second half, little toss on the outside as he is buried. Looks like a little toss to Zalewski. He has some nice plays in that first half, but only gains 1.
Sure did.
Down.
Nice defense by the East, and they have stepped up in critical times to keep this game in check, and they're going to need to here.
I mean, if they can force a field goal, that's a big win for the East defense. But they'll have to deal with Hewitt as they hand it off. And stop big. Big tackle. I believe that was Salisbury on the play, meeting him in the middle as they were handing it off.
Brings up a 3rd down.
And stopped cold in his tracks.
Yeah, let's bring up 3rd and 9. So here's a big down. Now mind you, that Rohrbeck, the kicker for Glacier, that's well within his distance. But like you said, Dylan, if they can keep this at a field goal, that's a big win.
3rd and 8 after Pyatt got bottled up. Here's Hewitt dropping back. He's receiving pressure from the left edge. Rolls out to the right, looking deep. He's got an open Zalewski and broken up by the safeties. That's Rafe Newbro. Beautiful coverage.
That's an absolutely great play by Newbro to come in and break that up. He caught the ball. That's being a physical safety. What a great play.
Newbro headed to Western next year as a receiver, but the things he did on the offensive and defensive side for the Rustlers of CMR cannot be understated. Started his career as a quarterback, moved him to receiver so that he could have more action at safety and not get as tired on the offensive end. And that CMR program up and coming for sure. But him and Devron Brewer, nice break up there as Rohrbeck. About a 35-yard attempt. And plenty of leg, plenty of distance, and the field goal is good. The future Grizz knocks it in. Key to the game, kicking.
Yeah,
As West up 26-14 as they strike first here in the second half. 11:24 left. We'll be right back. we're back here, second half action, 11:24 left. As we've seen some big plays from receivers like Tyler Nansel and Taco Dowler, but a lot of the work is being done in the trenches, as Ashley Washburn will have a report later. But the West team about to kick off to the East, as the East looking for some momentum. Not a good start offensively in the second half, but that's the same story for them in the first half. Can they have a bounce-back possession here?
Well, you could almost say that Rohrbeck's close to being an MVP for this game, because his foot has been a big factor in this game.
Yep. The field goal and with the punts that he's had. But on the East side, there's a couple of MSU players that we've been talking about. She just brought up Tommy Malott. Ashley Washburn standing by with a report on the Bozeman twins, the Perkins brothers. Ashley, what do you have?
The Perkin brothers, yes, the West team has definitely been seeing some double vision as they're looking at that offensive line. You've got number 56 offensive lineman Jaron Perkins, and then his twin brother Jaden, but the Perkins connection does not stop there. It actually started in the 90s. Josh Perkins is their dad, went to Montana State, and then Justice Perkins is the older son of Josh. He walked on at Montana State, redshirted his freshman year, played this season, actually was going to be a backup going into the season, and then Cole Sane, the center, projected starter going into the 2021 season, ended up getting hurt, didn't play all season, so it gave Justice Perkins an opportunity to step up. Now he's a full scholarship athlete, is going to start this year. Now he's got his two younger brothers that are also going to play at Montana State. So I guess you could say it's time for the percolator at Montana State. So next time they do something big, I want you guys to say that up in the broadcast. It's time for the percolator.
Well said, Ashley.
The percolator.
We'll trademark that. Ashley Washburn also be used in the future MSU broadcasts when those broadcasters bring up the Perkins name. It's a nice start with Braden Mickelson under center for the East team. Back-to-back plays, run plays, first by Mickelson, then by Simonson, future Dickinson State. As Mickelson absolutely walloped on the edge right as he handed the ball off to Simonson, as he got destroyed by John Kirkley.
And Marcus Evans, I mean, he stepped right in there and snuffed that out. But you see the East going back to their run and actually having some success with it.
Well, look at the timing to get that ball off to Simonson.
Wow.
That could have been a loss for about 6 or 7 yards right there. Would have put him in a hole. 2nd and 9, though, on the 40. 9:54 left in the third. East needs some momentum on this drive. Play action, trying to find Schlepp. Then they find Dowler through his hands wide open. And you will not see that often from the reigning Gatorade Player of the Year.
And that's what they wanted too. So that run game starts to set up the play action, and that's what Coach Sampson wanted out of that, and just Dowler dropped the ball. Oh boy.
Look right. I mean, you
play
actually
action roll out. Wide open.
Thrown just a smidge behind him. Schlepp was open also. 5 yards in front, had a couple options, but now it's 3rd and 9, a big play coming from Mickelson and the gang.
West showing pressure.
Mickelson drops back, finds Dowler. Can he escape the wrap up? And he does.
That second effort, he might have got the first down. He had to get to the 49. A little bit long of the 49.
Well, he was rolled up by Braden Morris, but he rolled over the body of Morris that allowed his knee to stay off the ground, and he kept going, but it's going to be 4th and inches.
I think I'm going for it here, Dylan.
I think you got it.
I'm going to go for it here. Oh, they're calling for measurement. Yeah, you see this? He doesn't go down, right? He just sits heads up. Nice heads up play by Taco.
A nice makeup play too from the play before on the drop pass. Gives them a chance to either get this first down or give them a very short and manageable situation to pick up the first and continue their drive. But the East does need something here because that West team, I mean, even though it was only a kick, it was a really nice kick. And if they give Rohrbeck any space or Hewitt any momentum, this thing could get out of hand quick. But the East has shown resilience in that first half.
Looks like they got a little bit further to go for a first down. I'm saying it's a little bit more. Yeah.
Oh, maybe 3 inches?
Yep.
3 to 4 inches?
Yeah, not much, just a little bit. So, well, we'll see if Coach Sampson brings in his heavy set.
Possibly Ryan Crea. They had Zach Newton in there, yep.
Yep.
Crea, Newton.
Gray and Newton in the backfield. They've had trouble snapping the ball, right? So, and get off, and they've had, this is one of those times where you hold your breath and no fumbles, no anything, but.
Oh, Bridger Polk, yeah. He's back there at the punting position. You think they're just going to sneak it? And they punt it on 4th and inches.
There he got it off.
That's a nice punt there from Polk.
Oh, he dropped the ball.
The legs.
Your catch is called for.
Chase McGurn, that went right through his hands.
Yeah, if the defense would have got there in time on the kick team. So West will take over on their own 4-yard line. So great punt from Bridger Polk. They switch the field as we'll be back. West on top, 26-14.
Great.
So it's Hewitt and Zoner on their own 4-yard line. Zoner back from injury in that first half. Good to see him back there. They're going to hand it off to him right away as he is gobbled up by Ryan Crea as he got the first lick on him. As he's going to either get to the line of scrimmage or lose one. Different running back, quarterback combination here.
Both fans here, and I'll let the cheer squad determine who it is. If you're for yellow, make some noise.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10, no gain on the play, 8:30 left. Again, the West pinned back.
East wants to keep the West down here. Look like East is in a man coverage with a man free. It's awful chancy to do that.
St. Croix, deep ball to Finch on the back shoulder throw. What a throw and what a catch. As Emmett Renner couldn't do a thing.
You have to double him. He's talking to one of his coaches, Coach Brian Salonen, who is a great false high guy. Actually played for the Cowboys, and he said one thing he had to teach him was how to work hard. Well, looks like the lesson taught.
I mean, being chased by Caleb Flores and off his back foot, still able to make the play as Zoner gobbled up by a couple East defenders. Shell Osborne on the tackle.
You know, Dylan, it's kind of interesting when you get in these all-star games and you get in conversion downs and big plays, but who makes them is the stars. And, you know, we talked about Finch coming in at the beginning of the game saying, hey, this kid is supposed to be the best receiver in the state of Montana, and he has proven it in big downs. Touchdown before half, gives them a big first down, pulls them out of the deep in their own territory. Whoa!
That ball dangerously thrown, incomplete. Spencer Lenners played the state title game against Freud Medicine Lake in the 6-man football, making a play. Played the 6-man all-star game last weekend. Made a nice tackle to play before. Spencer Lenners getting in on the action for Power Dutton Brady. Showing out, but still 3rd and 8. And Hewitt made a nice conversion.
Here's a big
the
down.
Last play.
Let me guess. Where's Finch, right? I want to know where he's at on the field.
Instead, they get it in the flat. Oh, a couple side jukes. Beautifully done by Blake Shoup from Florence. Another really good outside weapon for Coach Carver. Class B champs got some dudes that can move, and Blake Shoup picks up a big first down for the West team.
Joey Sider said we're up to 13,100, but it's slow now, so start dialing, everybody. Dial fast. We don't like Joey to be lonely.
First down up the middle to Zoner for a couple.
I think that's Crea again, man. He's played a good game inside. I couldn't catch the number, but
And I'm just happy to see Zoner back on the field after that apparent knee injury in that first half. He's back. He looks back to normal. Great to see, especially in an All-Star game. We want to send these guys to college nice and healthy.
Yep, absolutely.
So 2nd and 8, 6:40 left in the third. Hewitt rolling out to the right, chase down, dodge a couple tackles. It's going to be Caleb Flores, Fairfield. Really good All-State Class B basketball player as well, showing his versatility on the edge.
Hewitt's mom and dad are from Anaconda. You notice how he said Anaconda, not Anaconda? It's Anaconda.
Very distinctive detail there. Very distinctive. That's 3rd and 6, another third down situation as the West have another trick up their sleeve.
East needs to get off the field, right? It's 3rd down. So started on the 2-yard line, I think, 2 or 3-yard line. This drive started.
Blake Shoup got the last 3rd down conversion. Hewitt looking down, force out of the pocket. Great contain. And Caleb Romero, they call him the Joker because of what he does to his victims. He's got the Joker gloves on as well. Look at him strut his stuff to the east sideline. As a big wrap up there in the backfield. Romero, number 99.
Pretty much handles it from the inside. He comes loose and then it has the ability to run Hewitt down. Look at the power. Just flipped Hewitt like he was a little tiny guy, and he's not a little tiny guy.
Got to mention Ryan McGinnis on the contain there to force Hewitt back inside to the big Romero. As there's the punt from Rohrbach.
Oh.
And Rafe Newbro is going to fair catch at the 24, 23-yard line. As we're going to step away, so maybe a little life after a nice defensive stand from the East team. Still points to make up. They're down 14-26 with 5:07 left in the third. And we're back for fact number 3 of the Man Mortgage Montana East-West Shrine game facts. The most points scored by one team, 48, happened twice. Once by the East team, 1991, and once by the East team in 2004. Well, the West team's got some high-powered offense. They may not reach 48, but they could get close. Flat pass from Mickelson to Dowler to start the East possession. Look at the tiptoe on the sideline. It's a big collision. A couple players go down. A coach almost went down, but there's also a first down. This time from the East, Taco Dowler keeping his feet nice and happy.
You know, first half, you mentioned it, Dowler 5 catches for 132 yards and 1 TD. So I'm starting to find him here. I still think the East can run the ball. They had success in it. We'll see if they stay with it.
Mickelson still under center. He had the last possession as well.
We're up to 13,405, so Joey's not quite as lonely as he was, but if you guys can keep sending that support in, that would be great. Thank you very much for all the donations.
Hand off to De Leon, and that is going to be just enough for the first down. Handed off to the right, picked up. Nice block, got enough.
You know, they set, remember in their last series, they ran the ball, and then they ran a play-action pass, and Taco dropped the ball, and I'm sure they're going to come back and try and do that again. It's just a great setup, and they've had success running the ball. They can't let West get too far out in front of them because they can't catch up running the ball, but they can keep themselves in the game with it.
Another handoff, this time to the left. De Leon looking for space, and he's taken down by 2 West players. Leave. Nice plays. from a handful of the West.
Kind of seen both defenses start to settle in, haven't we, Dylan? And that's the way it goes. That first half, it's a Wild West, and then coaches do some good job of making adjustments, and the players learn to adjust to each other, and it's a little more conservative of a game.
Chase Williams on the stop there. Nice play from Williams. Big pass and picked off. Going the other way, looking for Rylan Schlepp. As that one was taken away by Luke Mackey, the future Air Force grad from Florence, valedictorian, student council president, does a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and intercepts balls too, so how about that?
And Mackey was one of those names I thought would be calling a lot earlier, but the biggest defensive play of the game steps right in front. Mickelson looking down Schlepp.
He just didn't see him. Just absolutely didn't see him. And I was just thinking that there hadn't been any turnovers in the game yet. You know, they're just, other than the blocked field goal that Sullivan took to the house. I'm sure they were cheering up in the Flathead.
Luke Mackey, pretty much a picture-perfect student athlete at the high school level in Class B, state title, undefeated, all that stuff. Going to serve in our armed forces for Air Force next year. Now Tyson Rostad and company takes over, so he's looking for space, beats Rothwell to the edge to pick up a few extra yards on the ground. He's going to have about 4 or 5.
He'd be a little spooky to blitz. He's got great feet.
So Rostad and Payet in the backfield as East desperately needs a stop here to stop this one from getting out of hand. Handoff. QB keep from Rostad. He picks up the first and dives for an couple extra.
East being a lot more active on defense too, because they know how critical this drive is, and they've done a good job of holding them out. We're down to the end of the third quarter, 3:32 left.
Rostad so good with that option to either hand it off and read the defense or keep it himself. And new set of downs on the 23. Hands it off to Payet up the middle. Another big gain as that interior offensive line doing really good up front from the run game.
You know, the West going back to that first touchdown they scored, Dylan, just the exact same way in the first quarter. Just smash mouth football, run right at you.
Penalty flag on the field.
And see that, one of the things Carver understands well is rhythm, and the hardest thing on defenses is once those offenses get in a rhythm, the legal procedure. But once they get in the rhythm, Carver doesn't like to disrupt it. I like the way that he calls the game, and it's hard on defenses once that offense gets that rhythm, and he's got that rhythm in his offense right now.
False start's going to bring them back a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd and 6 after a 9-yard pickup from Payet. 4 out wide. They've been in this shotgun formation for most of the game. Hands it back over to Payet, who just continuing to work. Goes through 1, 2, 3 defenders.
You might be seeing a little fatigue start in the game. He broke 3 tackles in that inside zone, but he's powerful too. It's fun, just interesting. I mean, Carver's comfortable when he's got his quarterback and his running back. He knows what he wants to do. We just watch this. He just inside zone. Finds a little seam, broken tackle, broken tackle, broken tackle, tackle.
Future Carroll-bound star in the making, Payet. Big part of what Hamilton did this last year in Class A. And a big run there, 5 yards to pay dirt. Rostad keeps it on the keep, and he's in. 32-14. Rostad picks up his second running score of the game as he punches it in and extends the lead. What a drive. The ground and pound from Coach Carver pays off as they go up 18 with 2:07 left in the third.
Yeah, that's a big drive right there. It just simple football, just run right at you.
No flash, no frills on that possession as Rohrbach kicks it through 33-14. They went mano-a-mano and West won that one, 33-14 as we near the end of the third quarter. What great poise from Coach Carver in the offense as we're going to.
Yeah, just really simple football, Dylan. I mean, he's very, you can just see how comfortable it is when he has his players in there and just what he wants to do with them.
Yep, and we have Kennedy Broadwell standing by on the west sideline. One of the Shriner patients, again, keeping the focus on what this game is truly about. Kennedy.
Yeah, okay, so I heard that there is a special meaning behind this number 16. Can you tell me what it is?
I was best friends. So in 2016, I became friends with this one guy named Nick Winfield, and he had the same number.
Oh, so it's your friend's number as well? And it was in 2016. Lots of 16s going on here. So Casey, obviously the East team is having a little bit of problems scoring on this West team, but I heard you score on the West team all the time. What's your favorite thing about hanging out with those guys?
Probably scoring on them.
Scoring on them's your favorite thing? Yeah. All right, Casey, well, thank you so much. Back up to you guys in the booth.
I'm not gonna lie, I'd be pretty excited too if I could score on this West team. They have played some pretty, aside from 2 plays, they have played phenomenal defense. This one, thank you, Kennedy, for that update. It's always cool to see what our donations are directly going towards, and what an adorable little kid down there. That was awesome. As now Claunch back in the game as he hands it off to Perez for the East team, down 19 points with 2 minutes left in the third. Greg, a lot of work to be done between the next 17 minutes of football.
There is a lot of work to be done, but the East is still in the game. I mean, they can go down. They can run the ball down the field. I know the West probably, be a little more patient with it, but they still have the weapons on the field to do it. So interesting to see. East needs to score here.
Quick correction, it was Trey Johannes of Columbus who's now in the backfield with Claunch, not Miguel Perez, as he picked up one on that last one. Claunch stepping back, looking deep to Schlepp. The fact that is almost a completion is insane because of that length and athleticism. Almost jumped up to the double team, but just a little bit too much English on it.
Yep, just a little too high.
As you got to wonder, will Claunch start to kind of force things knowing he's down 19? I mean, there needs to be a little bit of urgency, but I wonder how this is going to play out the next quarter or so.
Well, you can be more patient because they're 15-minute quarters, and that's a lot longer than they're used to playing, and so there's no reason to be impatient. You got 1:21 left in the third. You got 15 minutes left in the fourth. There's a lot of time left in this game.
3rd and 10, big play coming, looking for space. Gets outside the pocket, pump fake. Deep ball to Dowler. He's open. He gets past and he stays in bounds. What a play. And we should stop acting surprised. That's how they have gotten their big plays as he beats Bodie Smith.
And I'm sure the defensive coordinator for the West is frustrated because you're gonna have to spy Claunch now. Dowler's just too dangerous and you can't cover him forever.
So he finds that separation against Whitefish's Bodie Smith. And again, you can't blame Smith. There's only so long you can guard that man.
There is, yeah, and you break and contain, and the West staying in the three-man front, and so
1st and 10, big 3rd down conversion for Claunch, and the offensive line giving him that time as he keeps on the fake handoff, and actually gets through a little bit of contact to pick up a couple extra yards. As he took on the initial hit from Chase Williams, which is not an easy thing to do. Chase Williams, a beast defensively, also going to MIT, so one of the smartest people on the field, if not the smartest.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, he's just well-executed inside run play. I felt like the East could run the ball, and they've proven that they can, and some broken plays have kept them in the game. So they get a touchdown here. It's all game, all new game.
5 seconds left in the third. They're going to get the snap off, though, as rolling out to the left. Claunch looking for space, a stiff arm, and he's going to take a hit from Williams, as that is going to end the third quarter. as score 33-14. Like you said, plenty of time left with the 15-minute course. We'll see how this one plays out. We'll see how the East finishes their drive when we come back. And so while we were at break, there was actually an untimed down, a penalty to end the third quarter. And we almost just saw fireworks. We almost saw Taco Dower come up with an improbable catch from Clonch. But nonetheless, it is now the end of the third quarter.
Well, we'll see if the East can punch it in here.
Yeah.
Make it a game.
Dollar with that last catch earlier in the possession. 8 catches, 193 yards. And we thought we weren't calling his name enough when the game first started. Oh, he made up for it very quickly.
Yeah, it's kind of like Clonch is saying, you know, go deep and I'll find you in about 6 to 7 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's some love that needs to go around to this offensive line for the East. Cutbanks, Dane Barbie, the Perkins brothers, Max Eaton, Zach Malcolm, Brock Hanford, who's done a really good job the little bit of time he's got in the Fort Bend 8-man star. They ran power offense. They had 5-man on the offensive line at all times at 8-man. So he's used to kind of this ground and pound way of playing. But this offensive line really has kept East at least within striking distance, giving Clonch and Mickelson enough time to throw. But it's crunch time now as we are about to start the fourth quarter. It's 2nd and 10, ball on the 11. As we have both Perez and Johannes in the backfield to start this fourth quarter. Strap in your seatbelts. Dowler in motion, and they mistimed the motion as Dowler was running across.
Oh, boy.
That ball got snapped at the worst possible time. Hit Dowler right in the shoulder pad. Fumble recovered by the West, and that might be the backbreaker.
Yeah, and I don't know. Was Dowler looking for it? Could this have been a snap to Dowler?
Maybe it's a fake. It looked like he tried to oversell it like it was going to be a fake, but it came right on time.
I can't tell if that was designed to go to him, or he was a decoy, or it was just bad timing. Yeah, if we can take another look at that. No, Clonch was looking for the ball, so I think it was just bad timing. Boy, they have had some troubles with execution. You see Clonch when they're going to run it again here. You see Clonch, he looks for the ball. He was going to get it.
So in that situation, are they using him as a decoy in that to get the defense to shift?
I don't think so. I think he was just coming in motion.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. Stays first down.
So we got a holding penalty on the West. And that was John Kirkley with the recovery of the fumble as well. We didn't say that initially. So we're trying to figure out what just happened on that play, but the first play from scrimmage from the West as they take over in their own territory is a penalty. So they'll be marched back after a nice gain.
Well, that's a big mistake. That's especially on that big a drive going in to score too. Wow. Now the West will probably start sitting on the ball here.
And that's kind of what they've already been doing. Their last possession with Rostad, getting a second rushing touchdown, was just a grinded out kind of drive. Now Caden Hewitt taking over with Tim Zoner. Let's see how they decide to play this in their own territory. Step back to pass. Hewitt in the pocket, steps up. Nearly sacked. And he finds his buddy, number 34. Tristan, excuse me, that was Batzler.
You know what we're seeing is we're seeing the quality of the quarterbacks too. I mean, this just doesn't happen. These guys know what they're doing, and they've got arm strength to be able to do it, and quite a feat.
And Hewitt took a shot as he got that ball off to find Batzler.
Wow, how about this? This in from Joey Sider. We just had a $30,000 donation from a doctor that worked in Coeur d'Alene and now lives in Chinook and played in the Shrine game in 1963.
Wow.
How about that? Wow.
Just generous donation. We love that, but we've got an injury on the field, so we're going to step away, but great news from you, Greg. Appreciate that. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So right before we went to the break, Greg, you're trying to get out some news before we headed to commercial break, but if you can, for the viewers at home, repeat what you were telling everyone in the donation that we just received.
Yeah, Joey just told me that he just got a pledge, a $30,000 donation from a doctor who worked in Coeur d'Alene and now lives in Chinook and played in the Shrine game in 1963. He is sending his support for these students and for the athletes and for all the children that are served with that. We can't say thank you enough. That's absolutely outstanding.
I think it brings our total to $43,405. And after the break, we had a nice flat pass that turned out to be a first down, but called back on a hold right there. You can see it was from number 5, Tyler.
We see the live arm with Hewitt too. That is a gun. He just flipped that ball and zing, it's gone.
I think that was Rostad on the hold. They put him at receiver. And Zoner in the zone, second level of the defense, as he points out to the East defense. Look at him go, looking pretty good after the injury.
Yeah, we can see the replay here. You can see that the West is starting to wear the East down, Dylan, and that's what's happening. They've been able to run the ball inside, and Zoner, who was hurt earlier in the game, bounces back and away he goes, and that offensive line starting to take over. But the fatigue is starting to happen on the East.
And Zoner, I think, called out one of the defensive backs, but he wasn't even touched on that run as he broke the first level. So a nice fresh set of downs on the 29-yard line as we're still in the early part of this fourth quarter. East defense, like you said, looking a little sluggish now. Newton chasing Hewitt, and that one tipped away by Tyler Nansel. Nice play from the future Drake University.
Nice
all-around
defensive
athlete.
play.
But this West team just has been consistent. They've shown they can kind of do it in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, they have, you know, and when you look at the East, a lot of self-inflicted wounds, really. Just mistakes on get-off, mistakes, turnovers, just some mistakes.
4 wide here for Hewitt to Zalewski. And he breaks down. Nansel gets to the outside, and it's going to be close to a first down. Nice play, breaking down the defense one-on-one. Caden Zalewski. I mean, we've said his name plenty, but
he's a gamer.
It can't be understated what he's done in the open field.
He has. He's elusive too, right? Look at him here. He's a gamer. I mean, he just kind of gets it done.
So 3rd and 1 and short, and it's handed to Zoner, who easily picks up the first down. Gets 5. Zalewski, though, Montana commit. First team all-conference defensive back. First team all-conference kicker. I mean, kind of does a little bit of everything, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
Those Montana boys.
Yeah, you kind of got to do that.
Yep. Fresh set of downs, 12:22 left in the 4th. Hewitt and company are just marching their way down with positive play after positive play.
They're kind of doing whatever they want to do, aren't they?
There's a snap. Bringing an extra. Pyatt tries to break it to the outside, and there was that box was just stacked, Greg.
That was there were a few more guys in the lane that time, Dylan. They're not going to get away with it, but
so one of the few negative plays we've seen in a while, aside from penalties. 2nd and 12, but again, they're holding on to a 33-14 lead. They're not going to really try to do anything too crazy right about now, just trying to accrue yardage and tire out this defense. As Hewitt rolling out, looking for space, shakes the defender, another one, but finally taken down by Cotton from Bozeman. Jackson Cotton was the 3rd and the lucky contender to bring down Caden Hewitt after a couple missed tackles in the backfield. So 3rd and 12 now.
You know, the East really has bristled up in the red zone. I mean, several times. They've just kept coming and coming and coming. I mean, they just won't quit.
So now we got 3rd and 18, ball on the 22, so you kind of need to get inside the 5 to get a first down.
Where's Finch?
So going to hit Zalewski again, this time on a little mid-screen. We've seen them have that play a couple times, but for Finch, usually they're going to pick up enough. And I imagine, yep, they're just going to send out the kicking unit and take the points. When they have, and then you know what's crazy? They have an all-state receiver in Blake Shoup, and they really haven't even needed to use him that much.
Yeah.
Zalewski and Finch really have taken up the bulk of the outside load.
They really have.
Rohrback, a low kick. And that one just sneaks in. Oh, excuse me. Missed wide left. My angle was askew. So that's a big stop right there.
I couldn't see if it was a bad hold or not, but that's the only thing that hasn't gone well for Rohrback tonight.
A little bit of a shank to the left. We're going to take a look at this. So, yeah, we have seen many mistakes made in special teams, especially. Here's the kick. How'd that hold look to you? I mean, it looked.
I don't know. It looked like a
decent enough.
I think the ball got down. I don't know if he got his set hand. I don't know if his set hand was out of the way.
So maybe a spark of life left with this East roster. 10 minutes and 13 seconds left. They take over on the 20, down 19.
Okay, everybody go deep, and then I'll look for you.
Yeah. Blitz up the middle, picked up well as Simonson gets hit pretty darn hard by the safety.
There's some shots in there. You know, we can see it from here. You can hear it from here. There's some banging on the inside.
These boys are ready for fall ball or summer ball. They're itching to get to their school and start their college career. This is kind of the, you know, getting back into it game.
Cole Stewart came up from his safety position on that last one and laid the wood.
2nd and 5. Clock still going. Little misdirection. Miguel Perez finding open space. A stiff arm as he gets past the 50-yard line for a big gain.
How about maybe we'll just call it Big Play East. That's the name. That's who's playing tonight. It's not the East and Montana. This is just Big Play East. This is how they play.
Jackson Simonson, excuse me, not Miguel Perez,
It's a
on
great-
the ground. A farm boy, his coach one time described me as just a hard-working farm kid.
Watch
going
his subtle
Dickinson
move as he
State.
just dead legs the safety.
So a breath of life on this East team. Speaking of the East, we're going to head it down to the East sideline reporter. Ashley, what's your update for us?
Hey guys, yeah, that was very exciting play down there, and I know that definitely made their offensive coordinator Levi Wesche super excited. But on top of that, he's also very excited because he's getting the chance to coach two of his former players, quarterback Braden Mickelson and tight end Rylan Schlepp. They started their high school careers at Bozeman High School. Now they're at Gallatin, but so they started their career with Levi Wesche, and they're about to end their high school career with Levi Wesche. So there's a lot of excitement behind there. But speaking of Bozeman, I also just want to say really quick, my cameraman in this end zone, Jerry Robertson, it's his 40th birthday today, and he said all he wants for his birthday today is for you guys to donate to the Shriners Hospital. So make sure you guys are donating. It would make Jerry very happy for his birthday.
We want to keep Jerry happy, so he keeps filming. If he's unhappy, he may just quit filming and you might not be able to see the game.
There you go.
So donate, please, for Jerry.
It's a milestone for him. Come on, guys.
He might be 50. He might be lying.
Yeah.
Dylan, I don't know.
You're 45, right? Right, Greg? 40?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, it was 38, I think.
Yeah, there you go.
Whoa!
Kalonch escaping pressure.
Guess who was there again? Old 91.
Forrest Suero getting the party going on that sack. It is not going to get credited with it.
If I was coaching against Suero, I'd call early in the morning and ask his mom, where is he? Because you need to know where he's at all the time.
Drops back.
Watch him
boom.
come. I mean, just speed, right? He's like a little mini Aaron Donaldson. I mean, he is just a wrecker.
Kirkley is going to get credited with the sack, but I'm sure he dapped up his buddy Suero. He's like, hey, thanks for the assist. Appreciate that. 3rd and 13, just under 8 left in the third. After that big play from Jackson Simonson, couple nice defensive stops from the West.
You know, it's funny. The Stars came out tonight, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
They really did. I mean, you know, you got Finch, who's broke some big plays, and you got some quarterback play, and you got Dowler, and you got Suero. I mean, these guys have all lived up to their billing.
So the E is going to take a timeout, try to figure out what to do on this 3rd down play. 7:41 left in this one. Don't go away. And we're back with our 4th and final Man Mortgage Montana East-West Shrine game fact. As we have the longest touchdown recorded in this game at 72 yards from Scott Spraggins of former Great Falls High stand on that 95 Missoula Grizz championship team in 1990. And the longest touchdown pass, 99 yards from Levi Lind over in Red Lodge from Will Wire in Bozeman, also in 1990. A high-scoring offensive game in the 90s, huh? That's another sack. My goodness, Evans coming out of nowhere.
Well, you know what they're doing is they're not letting Clonch run outside now. So they've adjusted his ability to run left or right, and they're letting him run right into that defensive front. So nice adjustment by the West defensive coaches.
Charlie Kurgan inside, this time getting the sack. It was Kirkley play before, so now it's 4th and super long, 4th and 21 with just over 7 left. Ball in their own 42. Looks like they're just going to let Bridger Polk punt this one. And he does a booming punt. Not as much wind anymore. That one's all skill and leg, as that's going to roll over just inside the 15-yard line to the 14 as Newbro will touch it down and give the ball back to a red-hot West offense.
You know, that first rugby punt that he kicked, you know, didn't do well, but the last two have been impressive. Plus, he's spiraling the ball. That's tough to do when you're running and punt the ball and get a spiral out of it. Wow, tough to cover that.
Interesting.
See where they do it.
Bridger Polk was actually in a leg sleeve. He was kind of limping around most of the week. It just kind of saving him for this game, and he's had a couple nice punts. It's aside from that one earlier in the first half, but Caden Hewitt and the gang coming out along with Tristan Payette, backed up in their own territory, but they've had no problem with that so far. Fake pitch out Hewitt. He's going to run to the edge. Gives a little shoulder chuck to the outside, and he picks about 6. Caden Hewitt's a big fella, but he's still got some legs that can move. He's not just a pocket passer. You compared him to Brock Osweiler earlier in the broadcast.
Well, you know, the storyline is that he's got that live of arm, and you could see it. He just flips the ball, and it comes zinging out.
A 2nd and 5. Going to hand it up to the middle to Payette. Breaks a layer, a second one, and finally brought down in the deep secondary as Payette's having himself a sneaky good game on the ground.
Yeah, if you add up the yards, rush yards from the inside zone play, it's been big for them in the second half.
Yeah, him and Zoner, along with Rostad on the ground, a 3-headed monster.
Our stat crew could get that rush.
Throw out to the flat. Going to pick up about 6. As Kyle Lawson from Hot Springs, brought down by Emmett Renner from Laurel. So again, just nice safe plays, picking up 5, 6, 7 yards per play. And that's all Carver wants right now, is he just wants to keep this nice comfortable lead with just under 6. What a game, though.
Oh, it's a great game.
I mean, I know it's close to a 3-score game, but the amount of big plays and entertainment value of this All-Star game hasn't been second to none. As Payette finds some space.
Payette runs that inside zone. He saw that blitz come from the east. They blitzed both A gaps and B gaps, and he just bounced it outside. The question mark coming in the game for me when I did my homework was, could the West offensive line do what it needed to do? It has. It really has. The quarterback play on both teams has been absolutely phenomenal.
A lot of open gaps in the middle, thick part of that offensive line.
Well, hats off to the players, too. I mean, they give up a week of their summer, and they take the chances to come out on the field and they play. And we've got a rich tradition and rich history. Look at that. There he goes again.
This time it's Zoner breaking free, stumbles a little bit, gives the defense enough time to catch up, and not before a 13-yard gain.
Yeah, they're just wearing the East team down. East brings in a brand new set of players, so yeah, it has been an interesting game, Dylan. It's been kind of wild, hasn't it? I mean, it just couple of things one way or the other, and the East would be right back in this game, but the turnovers got them, and their inability to execute, really. You know, jumped off sides, and then the ball snapped over their head in the very first time they touched the ball, and we got a field goal blocked, and Connor Sullivan runs it back for a touchdown, and just a lot of unfortunate mistakes.
That's a nice stop up front.
We are at $44,850. Unbelievable.
Wow.
That is just absolutely awesome.
Peyton Morton got the stop on that one, but we got a man down on the west side, one of their linemen. So we're going to take a quick break with 4:16 left in this one again to keep the donations coming. And it looks like Tommy Nilsson from Hellgate was the one who stumbled a little bit, but he was able to walk off the field under his own power, which is always good to see, especially with linemen getting caught up in the trenches. So good to see that he was able to limp off the field by himself. It's 2nd and 10, and that's going to be offside. They're going to, on the right side of that line, looked like it might have been Zach Newton.
You can tell why football is such a popular sport to watch. There's just so much action on it. And you know, and the game is changing all the time. And I really compliment the coaches, and they work hard to make sure that they stay current. But, you know, they feature the athleticism that the athletes give them. And you saw it tonight with Klonch's ability to push the ball down the field and Dowler's ability to just shake loose, and inside zone runs by the West team. And just some really good football tonight.
Hewitt dropping back. There's a guy open in the flat. No one was really near him, able to pick up an easy 4 to 5 yards. It's going to be close to a first down.
Give another look at why this kid's going to the Grizz as a quarterback. Just so we can get another look at him. Look how easy it is for him to throw. Going to his right, obviously, but you just don't see that very often. Watch it. Watch how quick that ball went. Can't cover it.
How about you guys here on the west side?
Kyle Lawson's going to be a couple of yards short of that first down. You can hear the crowd, the west side, obviously, a bit more jazzed up right now than the east with their team up 33-14. I would be too.
Well, on paper, right, we said, you know, that 4 state championships are on the west this year, and it's kind of proven to come through.
Payette looking for room to roam.
He likes to run. He likes to run inside. He's very, very comfortable with that.
Again, with just 4 minutes left, you got to imagine not reinventing the playbook here at this point for Coach Carver, as a win is on the horizon and looking to make it 2 in a row after a 3-game win streak prior to last season from the East. And missed the West's turn to make it to that 500 mark in terms of the overall record. But a great showing from both sides of the ball. East obviously had their home run hitters provide some fantastic big plays and big energizing plays, but West stayed consistent.
They did. They really did. And their defense came to play, too. And you could see the speed of the game. Look how strong he is.
Hewitt.
Ooh.
Oh, that's going to be a penalty. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That's a no-no.
That was a little bit late.
And that's Shell Osborne of Laurel. No bad blood that we know of between Helena High and Laurel.
No, I don't think so.
But I guess when it's your final game, you know, the frustrations can mount towards the end.
I don't think he meant anything by it. He may not have just lost where he was on the field, but it's a little bit out there. You see the strength in Hewitt, too.
Yep.
See how strong he is? He runs. Yeah, well, yeah, he picked him right up, too.
Yep.
Sorry about that.
Yep.
Didn't mean that.
My bad.
Yeah, my bad. We're getting beaten. I'm a little angry, and I just wanted to.
I want one more shot on you.
Just a little loving.
Shell Osborne actually is going to be on the MSU Billings track and field team. So one of the few non-football college athletes come next spring.
I think he's a thrower, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean, you can tell. I mean, look at that build.
And look at West go down the field again, too. Right? They've owned this second half.
Mm-hmm.
They've completely owned this second half.
It'd be interesting to see the time of possession when this thing is all said and done, too. The only mistake I can really think of that didn't even result in a turnover was when Hewitt was getting sacked and almost threw a pick. But other than that, it's been pretty clean.
And actually, the scores really for the East were broken plays. I mean, just, Klonch's ability to run the ball and Dowler, shook loose. And other than that, the West has really owned this entire game.
So Hewitt in shotgun. Looking for a slant pattern. That one's up in the air, and it's picked off. Adds a little bit of life from the East. Is he going to take it all the way?
How about this?
Woo-hoo! Bo Dantic all the way.
That's got to go in the record books. That has to be 100. That's about a 104-yard return.
Laurel's Bo Dantic, the recipient of a tip ball in the end zone, going with the slant pattern, broken up from the DB. And regardless of how this one finishes, what an exciting highlight play.
Let's watch it now. So you see Hewitt force it in there, and he's got a strong arm, and it zings in. Up it goes. There's Dantic. Yep, 102 at least. Look at the speed, though. He's got the juice. Look at him pull away. Wow.
I mean,
what a clean runner. Yeah.
Broke one tackle from a lineman and made his way to the end zone. Yeah, I think that's going to end up being number 5 fun fact of the Montana East-West Shrine game.
Yeah,
longest return for a touchdown on the defensive side.
I'll tell you what. There's been some big plays in this, right? Wow. That was a great play.
Bo Dantic of the Laurel Locomotives made the state title
You
game.
earned your water there, buddy.
What a highlight.
How fast is he? Watch that.
Again, I mean, when you just look at the scoreboard, it comes down to 3 huge plays for this East team that have allowed them to get on the scoreboard. No shortage of electric activity in the Electric City, regardless of a win or a loss.
How, you know, I was talking to a couple of coaches before the game started, and they said there's probably more speed on the field tonight than in normal. I think there's, I don't know how many they said, there's 5 or 6 or 7 or 11 that are all at 11-1, 11-2, 11-3 sprinters in Class AA and A and B. And you see the speed on the field. I mean, you can see it, right? It's probably one of the fastest games I've watched. And the defense for the West is really, really fast. I mean, they're dynamite. But, man, that's the great thing about this game. I mean, when there's just speed everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Dantic, the recipient of that interception and touchdown return. All-state running back. Actually, he's only all-conference linebacker. All-state. We'll head to Montana next year as a preferred walk-on, but they might give him a scholarship after that. Onside kick. And that one bounces around, but into the arms of the West is a...
Well, you know what? I bet he's a track. I didn't get it. He has to be a track kid, too. And his track coach is probably staying at home saying, well, why don't you mention this? He's a runner. I mean, you could see how clean he ran, and he just ran away from everybody.
So a little bit of fireworks. The result might still end up being the same with only 2:08 left, and with West with the ball. He's still with 2 timeouts, though. So
how about this, Dylan? We are up to $45,325. And the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation is matching up to $10,000 at this time.
My goodness.
Oh, my
that's incredible.
gosh. It's incredible just because of that and just where we are as a society right now. I mean, gosh, things are tough. Uh-oh.
Here's Rostad, the Hamilton product. But, I mean, those numbers are incredible.
Yes, they are.
I don't know if we're reaching a record high or we've shattered it or we're getting close, but regardless, the night has been a success.
Wow.
Here's the replay from Rostad finding a seam, and
look how fast he is. I mean, they're just you might not even be able to talk to him down on the field. They're probably too fast.
Yeah. The clock keeps ticking down, 1:40.
1:40. Let's see. Now, this is one of those ones where you can kind of kneel it out, but I don't think they're going to.
No.
Oh, victory formation? Nah, I don't think so. I'm out of here.
The zoner's just going to kind of lightly shuffle into a tackle as the clock keeps running down.
You know, the East has 2 timeouts, so why wouldn't you use it?
You got to wonder if they're just happy ending on that pick 6 as the final.
No, that's celebration, but you're still losing. There's nothing fun about that.
And you got to wonder if Sampson and Evans are both looking at the clock saying, wow,
Yeah.
the end of an era.
Yeah,
2
isn't that
legends
something?
in the game. 2
Yep.
legends in the game.
Yep. Mark's coached a long time. He's had a lot of success.
So second and 9. Rostad's going to keep it on the QB, and he is sprinting the pay dirt. A little insult to injury. Rostad says, hey, Bo, remember when I beat you in the state title game? Yeah, this is why. Look at Rostad running it in himself. 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. The Hamilton product, future Grizz, showing why he's as good as he is.
I mean, look at this. Again, speed, right? Speed kills. Look at that. Wow. He's got some juice. Wow. Fun game.
39-21. Looks like they're not going to eclipse that record-setting offensive performance at 48 points in a Shrine game, but
here's Rohrbeck.
They got about 1 score to tying it. With just around 30.1 seconds left here at Memorial Stadium. And what a beautiful night it turned out to be. I know they were talking about thunderstorms possibly rolling in. The wind was howling earlier, made the pregame show kind of difficult.
Boy,
but here we are now. Look at this.
Our camera guys have been absolutely outstanding. I mean, it's been, and there's 2 of them standing right next to me, and they're just, I want to do a shout out to our technical team and our technical crew. Very, very, very well done. I'm getting a lot of texts from people around the state of Montana just saying how much they've enjoyed the game and the job that's being done. So thank you, camera crew. You guys have been outstanding, and our production crew, awesome. Awesome work. Yep, there they are. There are people behind those big cameras. Yeah, they have hands and stuff. Yeah, all right. Show them a little love.
There we go.
All right.
Big shout out to our director, Greg Heinzman, and producer James Raftery, who have had their hands full this week with the flood coverage and Red Lodge, and obviously our prayers and blessings and good positive thoughts to those communities devastated by the flood coverage. But James Raftery and Greg Heinzman putting this show together and doing what they've done on the technical side, behind the scenes side, has been nothing short of incredible as well. The whole team, thank you. It's been a beautiful night of football, and the money we've raised has been incredible.
It has. Just a wonderful, wonderful night. Montana football. Who loves it? Montana does.
Rohrbeck set to kick off with just 30 seconds left in this one. I'm sure a couple fun plays coming from Coach Sampson in the offense to cap what has been a beautiful night, a beautiful season of football, and a beautiful career at the helm of Great Falls High, Helena Capital, MSU Northern, and many more.
And
Coach
Carroll.
Sampson.
He was at Carroll for a long time, too.
Yep.
Yep.
Jeff Hartwick, we request you please answer your telephone. Jeff Hartwick.
Let's see if Mr. Sider can give us the most updated here.
Still got a little time, folks, in case you want to dial in, text in, or visit the Montana Shrine website at the bottom of your screen. Plenty
Joey
of time.
Sider, if you're looking for a ride, driver's ed, he's right there. He'll give it to you. You know, I don't even know if his mom knew that he borrowed the car to take his friends to driver's ed. I bet they didn't.
Dickinson going to hand it up to De Leon. Nice block right there from Clinton. Excuse me, from Taco Dowler on the edge. So we got 20 seconds left, and
Short game will bring up 2nd down.
that is about all she wrote as Marcus Evans waves to the east offense goodbye and good night as this one clocks, strikes.
Remember, the
0.
last update was $45,325, and the Dennis and Phyllis Washington Foundation is matching up to $10,000.
So West finish off the East team 40-21 on a exhibition of patient football and limited mistakes. It's Carver is going to get the ice bath from one of the linemen, the young buck, the Hamilton state champion head coach. Him and his squad pull off a beautifully executed win here at Great Falls High.
Remember old school, young school, and he said, I'm not gonna hit my kids up this week. We're not gonna do the contact. We're gonna do what we need to do. And you know, at the end of it, hey, they were the fresher team. So I don't know, Dylan, you decide.
A lot of players to look at in this one. Rostad might be one of them that kind of jumps off the page. 3 running scores from the QB position in this one. Played a phenomenal game. Isaiah Clonch and Taco Dowler had themselves a game on the offensive side for the East team, but just wasn't enough. But at least they got the fireworks at the very end. Despite losing the game, The Bo Dantic pick six lessens the blow maybe a little, but nonetheless, both these teams are sending players to the NAI level all across the Frontier Conference, Dickinson State into North Dakota, Montana Grizzlies, Montana State. Plenty of places and plenty of careers that are going to be continued after tonight. It's just a nice celebration of Montana football at its finest at all classes, not just the AA, but A, B, 8-man, and 6-man.
It's yeah, football in Montana, it's big. Let me tell you about it. So Joey Sider, our man in the booth, 46,250 plus the 10,000 that the Washington Denison Phillips Washington Center did, $56,250. How about that?
So with that, 40-21, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here for some more post-game analysis with Greg Upham. Don't go away.
On the West offense, Tyson Rostad, and defense, Forrest Suero. And your Roger Silverdale game MVP from the West, Tyson Rostad.
Okay, so we'll talk about this, the MVP from the West team. We can also talk about some other players that were really good, but then we'll wrap up with Tyson Rostad. Well, the West team takes this one. Make it 2 in a row for West. Head coach Bryce Carver gets the win to pair nicely and beautifully with his Class A state title that he won this fall. They win this one 40-21, and his protege at QB1 for Hamilton, the future Grizz commit, Tyson Rostad, is our West and total Shrine Game MVP. 3 rushing touchdowns in this one. What'd you like from the young fella?
Well, I'll tell you what, I liked him from the very beginning, and I mixed up Rohrbeck and Rostad when I said, hey, I like this Rohrbeck as quarterback. What I meant to say was Rostad. I mean, he is the real deal, and he just does it, right? And he did it tonight. And Garth Brooks is rocking the Memorial Stadium. What a night to be here. Great night. The Shriners and all the donations. I mean, wow, what a great night.
And Greg, how much money did we raise again? Around $46,000 to go along with a $10,000 donation matched.
Yes.
It's incredible.
$46,250 and then a $10,000 Denison Phillips Washington match. $56,250. How about that?
That's awesome. Again, Tyson Rostad is your West and total Shrine Game MVP. 6 of 9 from the air, 53 yards. But the main stat line is 11 rushes for 84 yards, 3 touchdowns, as Kennedy Broadwell is standing by with the MVP.
All right, Tyson, first win with your Grizz brother, Caden Hewitt. Absolutely no shortage of scoring for you guys tonight. What do you attribute that to?
I mean, these kids showed up Sunday. We really got to know each other, and I think that was the biggest thing is we had really good team chemistry. Every single kid knew every other kid on the team. We had fun. We bonded outside of practice, and I think that was the biggest part to what we did tonight.
Absolutely, and congratulations on that win. Speaking of winning, this was your last win under Coach Carver after a perfect 11-0 season and a state championship. So how are you feeling about that?
It's really special to me. Me and Coach Carver are really, really close. And to go out here and do this, it just means a lot to go undefeated my senior year. I'll be able to look back on this a lot, and so will he. And I hope to be back in Hamilton and help out and stuff, so it's really fun for me.
Awesome. And last question, is there a message that you want to send to those who donated tonight?
Thank you guys all. There's a lot of kids out there that don't really get the chance to play football, and that was what this was all about tonight. And all I'm saying is thank you for all the sponsors, everyone that donated money, because there was a bigger part to this game tonight rather than us just coming out here and playing football. This game goes to all those kids out there for the Shrine Hospital, and I just want to say thank you to everyone.
Awesome, and congrats again on that win. Back to you guys up in the booth.
As we'll be right back after a short commercial break to wrap this one up here at the 75th Annual Montana East-West Shrine Game. Well, 40-21 West taking on the East and coming out victorious. Make it 2 games in a row for the West as they try to get back to 500 over the next couple of years. As you do a quick look at your stats, you can see the discrepancy in the rush yards and lack of turnovers, and that's really what helped West playing consistent and safe football.
Well, yeah, you know, right from the very beginning, the snap was high and it went in the end zone and there was a safety. And then there was a blocked field goal. And then there was go deep, I'll find you, and he did find him. And then there was a muffled reception in the end zone. And all of a sudden it's 102 yards later and there's another touchdown. So, man, this one had fireworks in it.
Yeah, no shortage of big plays from both teams, really. I mean, you got the pick six, you got the 2 deep balls on the east side, but Tyson Rostad doing his thing, him and Caden Hewitt running the show offensively, and that defense just staying solid and strong throughout. But the biggest thing of tonight was the incredible money we raised. Just absolutely ridiculous, the generosity we saw.
Yeah, I think the win, thank you all of everybody who donated, and Joey Sider and your team in the telethon. You guys knocked it out of the park again, and gosh, what a wonderful night.
A beautiful night, capped by an awesome football game. And again, thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. Thank you for the donations. I'm Dylan Foreman. Alongside me was Greg Upham. Greg, it was a pleasure working with you. Until the 76 next June, we're signing off. 40-21. West wins this one.